Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Hola, soy Brenda Romagnolo, tu profesora de español. Hello and welcome to another Spanish class. Today we're going to have a look at the pronunciation of consonants in Spanish. And specifically today we're going to be comparing the English language and the Spanish language and we are going to talk about the most distinctive consonants, the ones that are different, yes, and they're usually the ones that cause a little bit of problem for English speakers, for example, when they speak Spanish, because they are different and we pronounce them differently in Spanish. All the consonants basically are pretty much the same. We use them and we say exactly the same in English and in Spanish, but we are going to have a look at some that are actually different in Spanish. We're going to start with Be and Be. Be and Be. Can you see here? So it doesn't matter if it is a B or a V, yeah, how we say it in English. In Spanish, it will always be either B, will always be with a soft B. A soft B. Okay, so we don't differentiate in Spanish between B and V. Okay, let's have a look at some examples. Repeat after me. Bueno. Bueno. Barato. Barato. Vela. Vela. Viernes. Viernes. So I don't know if you have noticed, but when Spanish speakers speak English, that's why we say sometimes very good, very, very good. Because in Spanish we don't have very, we don't use the V as that, like that. We don't pronounce the V like that. The next one is se, se. So this is the C in Spanish. So the C will have a different sound in Spanish depending on which vowel we have after the C. So for CA, CO, CU in Spanish, the C is going to turn into a K sound. Yeah, so we're gonna say Ka, Ko, Ku. Repite. Ka, Ko, Ku. Por ejemplo, casa, como, cuál. Okay, and if we have a CE or CI, we are going to say, we are going to pronounce the C with that S sound. With an S sound. Por ejemplo, cerca, cielo. Cerca, cielo. So remember, we're gonna say Ka, Ko, Ku, Se, Si. And be careful if you are Italian or if you know a little bit of Italian, sometimes you tend to say ceci, because that's how they pronounce it in Italian. So coccina, sometimes you tend to say coccina or things like that for cocina. We don't say like that, it's always se, like an S sound for se and si, cocina. The next one is cu, cu. So I know that we always say that we pronounce absolutely every letter in Spanish, but there is an exception. For example, when we have Q-U-E or Q-U-I, in Spanish we're not going to pronounce the U in between. It's not going to be cue, cui. That's a mistake. Cue, cui. We say instead que, qui. Que, qui. Por ejemplo, repite después de mí. Repeat after me. Queso. Queso. ¿Quién? ¿Quién? It's incorrect to say queso and quien. We have to say queso, ¿quién? The next one is G. G. So first I'm telling you what is the letter, how we say the letter in Spanish. G is G. But we're gonna have different pronunciations depending on, again, what vowel follows this letter. So, for example, if we have G-A, G-O, G-U, we're going to say the G sound, yes, G. For example, ga, go, gu, ga, go, gu. Por ejemplo, gato, gato, golf, golf, mucho gusto, gusto. See, so here is a g sound. But if we have GE or GI, then it's going to be like a soft H, yes? And actually in Spain and certain parts of Latin America, in certain countries, the H is a lot stronger than other countries, yes? So in this case, it will be GE would be he, he. But in Spain, it's really strong. It's actually something like he. But remember, yes, so if we have GE or GI, it's going to be he. Por ejemplo, gente, gente, gimnasio, gimnasio. And the other difference is if we have the GUE and GUI, exactly the same as we were talking about the QUE and QUI, we're not going to pronounce that U in between. We're going to say ge, gi. Yeah? So this is so that we know how to say ge, gi in Spanish, because we know how to say ga, go, gu, but then how do you say ge, gi if you say GI and GE is he, he? Well, you put a U in between, and that's how we say ge, gi. Remember, it's not going to be gue, gui. So we are going to say, por ejemplo, guerra, guerra, guitarra, guitarra. The next one is la jota, la jota. That's how we say J in Spanish, J, la jota. So la jota, it always has that very strong H sound. It's a little bit stronger than the H in Spanish. That's why I think Spanish speakers, when we speak English, we say house and how are you, no? Because for us, the H is very strong. It's a lot stronger. There's a lot more air going through your throat when you say a GI, GE, and a J, no, a jota. So all the jotas, all the vowels after a jota will be with a H sound. Por ejemplo, Japón, Japón. The next one is la H, the H. So I'm not sure if you have noticed this, but in Spanish, the H, basically we write it in some words, but it's never pronounced. The H in Spanish is silent. So be careful with this one, because if you're an English speaker, you tend to like pronounce it as a house or how are you, and with a H sound. In Spanish, pretend is not there, okay? So we don't say hola, we say hola. We don't say hermano, we say hermano, okay? And sometimes it could be in the middle of a word. Por ejemplo, zanahoria, for carrot, zanahoria. So you can see it's in the middle of the word, but it's like it doesn't exist. So we only have to write it in Spanish. The only exception is, of course, if we have a CH, CH, CH. So if you have the C and the H together, it's the same as in English. It has a ch sound, ch. Por ejemplo, repeat after me, chao, chao, China, China. In this case, it will affect the pronunciation of a CH. You need to pronounce the H after a C. The next one is the double L. See, double L, double L, double L. There are many different ways to pronounce the double L in Spanish, yes, and there are different ways depending on what country you are, but mostly, for example, where I'm from in Argentina, we have what we call yeísmo, yes, which is basically to pronounce the double L and the Y exactly the same. And it's something like, depending on, actually within Argentina, there are many different accents, yes, within one single country. And for example, in Buenos Aires, where you have the porteño accent, it's more of a sh sound. So we are going to say me llamo, yes, me llamo for I am cold, me llamo, or lluvia, see, lluvia. But where I'm from Cordova, we have more of a a softer G, J, like that, and we say lluvia, lluvia, or me llamo, me llamo. But it depends in what country, in which Spanish country you are in, how they will pronounce the double L. So which variation should you choose? Well, it depends on your preference. For example, if you have a preference for, or you know someone, or you wish to travel to Mexico, or if you prefer Colombia or Spain, España, Argentina, depending on what your preference is, maybe you want to pick that specific variation of the culture or country that you prefer the most. If not, maybe go with a general G. Yeah, so me llamo or me llamo. The next one is ñ. La ñ. La ñ is very distinctive of the Spanish language, and it will be similar to that ñ, that ing sound that we have in English. Por ejemplo, mañana, mañana, baño, baño. Okay? It's very important that you pronounce it. The next one, which we have already sort of touched upon, is Y, yes? La Y. Y, which literally means the Greek I in Spanish. And like I was saying, for example, in Argentina, where I'm from, it's very common in Buenos Aires to say yo, yes, or yerba for, you know, the specific Argentinian tea that we drink is called yerba, and it has a Y, a Y, so that's why we say yerba. But I am from Cordoba, and I think the Cordoba accent is a little bit more like normal or neutral. They also use it like that in Colombia and other parts of Latin America, and it's more like yerba or yo. Yes, but it also, some people pronounce it as yo or yerba. The next one is, I'm sure your friend, if you have met before, if not, let me introduce you to la R or R. Yes, R or R. So this is the R. Okay, and this letter gives a little bit of a headache to most Spanish students because it's trilled. Yes, we have that trill R sound. And if you think about it, it sounds like a Scottish R. So if you want to think about a Scottish person, maybe you can see the R, how it's done in Spanish. But it's not always trilled, okay? I'll show you how to trill it in a second. So what you have to do is you have to open your mouth. Yeah, the sound doesn't come through from your throat, it comes from your mouth. Yes, from the tongue moving against the palate at the top, and that's what pronounces the sound, not from a guttural or a, you know, like a throat sound, as for example in French or other languages. Okay, I don't speak French, so I'm just guessing. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Yes, R. Look, if I stop my tongue for a bit, the sound doesn't come out. So you need to let the tongue be really soft, like tilted against the palate like this, and let the air flow and do this motion against the palate. That's what creates the it's kind of like a purring, like a car, a cat purring. Okay, so it's important that you try it, because sometimes you will change the meaning of a word and you will sound very natural if you actually even try to do it, even if you think that you can't pronounce it. Okay, so let's have a look when it's trilled and when it's not. It's not trilled, sorry, it is trilled. Let's start with the trilled at the beginning of a word. For example, rápido, rápido. Okay, fast, rápido. And it's also trilled when you have it in a double R, doble R or doble R. Okay, por ejemplo, perro, perro, or carro, carro. You see, you have that double R in the middle of a word. But it's not trilled if it is only one R in the middle of a word. For example, pero, pero, caro, caro. And it's not trill when it's at the end of a word. For example, amor, comer. Amor, comer. Okay? So if it is at the end of the word, not trilled. If it's only one R in the middle, not trilled. If it is one R at the beginning, trilled. Two double R's, two R's in the middle, trilled. Okay? And look how important it is to at least try to pronounce it, because you're either saying dog or bat, yeah? Perro, pero, or you're saying car or expensive, yes? Carro, expensive. Carro or caro, yes, expensive. So it is important. Of course, the context will help you get your message across, but it's you will save the Spanish speaker time of trying to figure out what you're trying to say if you just say it perfectly fine. It will be way easier for you to be understood. So even if you try, and I know it's frustrating sometimes, even if you go perro, right? If you try to make the emphasis, try to make an effort, it will still sound like you're trying to say dog and not however. And the last one is zeta, the Z, zeta. So the Z in Spanish, in Latin America, it sounds like an S. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you have noticed this, but for example, in Latin America, for shoe, we say zapato, zapato. Okay, zapato. But in Spain, they have it, they pronounce it differently, and then the Z will be pronounced by putting your tongue in between your teeth, and it will sound something like, I'm not from Spain, so obviously, please cut me some slack here, but it's something like zapato, 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 okay? I know that they pronounce it as well when there is a C in the middle of a word, but that's a different, it's not related to the Z here, yes, but that is the difference between the Z between Latin America and Spain. Alright, just to summarize, let's just practice all the pronunciation of some words that we have learned. Repeat after me. Repite después de mí. Casa, vela, barato. ¿Cómo? Cerca, cielo, queso, quién, gato, golf, gusto, gente, gimnasio, guerra, guitarra, hola, hermana, me llamo, mañana, yo, rápido, perro, pero, caro, comer, zapato. Muy bien, muchísimas gracias por ver la clase. Thank you very much for watching today's lesson, and I will see you next class. Adiós. Hola, soy Brenda Romagnelo, tu profesora de español. Hello and welcome to another Spanish class. Today we're going to have a class for beginners, and we're going to learn how to say the days of the week in Spanish. We are going to start with the days of the week in Spanish, and how we say the days of the week in Spanish. We say los días de la semana. Los días de la semana. So, días significa days y semana significa week. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at los días de la semana. Repite después de mí. So, repeat after me. Lunes, lunes, lunes. That's for Monday. Martes, martes, martes. That's Tuesday. Miércoles, miércoles, miércoles. I want you to pay attention that miércoles has that little written accent in the E, So that indicates to you where the stress of the word goes. So whenever you see that written accent, that is where it's telling you that you need to put the stress, the emphasis of the word in that specific syllable. So it's not miércoles, yes, it's miércoles. Miércoles. That's Wednesday, right? Jueves. Jueves. Jueves, Thursday. Viernes. 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 Friday. Okay, you might be asking and wondering, you have a V for viernes, right? La V, but I'm saying it as a soft B, as if it was actually with a B instead of a V, okay? That's because the B and the V in Spanish, they're exactly the same, and they are both this very soft, you only put your lips together and there's a very tiny little air flow going through it to pronounce exactly the same. So we basically pronounce B and V exactly the same as B, okay? So it's not viernes. It could be the case, for example, if you are spelling the word or if you say it very slowly, then it will very likely be viernes. But Spanish speakers, when we say it naturally and in a conversation or just in speech, it will be very fast and very soft. It will be viernes. Viernes. Okay, so now let's move on to el fin de semana. El fin de semana. Fin, ¿sabes qué significa? Do you know what fin means? I'm not sure if you have seen it maybe in movies or something like that, where at the end they have it el fin, the end. So fin significa end, okay? And fin de semana significa, it means the weekend or the end of the week. Yes, it literally means the end of the week. In English we say the weekend, el fin de semana. So, el fin de semana, we're gonna have, repite después de mí, repeat after me, sábado, sábado, sábado y domingo, domingo, domingo. Muy bien. Vamos a repetir. Repite después de mí. Let's review this, how to say the days of the week in Spanish. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. The days of the week in Spanish are inspired by the planets and the universe. So this started in ancient Rome, and so at that time there were only the moon, the sun, and a few planets that were known to the world, and that's where the days of the week came from. The names of the days of the week are actually coming from the Latin root, and they're inspired by the planets, because at the time we used to have a sense of the days based on the moon and the months of the year, also based on the phases of the moon, and etc. So it's really interesting. So we can see here that Monday is inspired by the moon, Luna. Martes is from the planet Marte. Miércoles is coming from Mercurio. Jueves from Júpiter. Viernes from Venus. Sábado from Saturn or Saturno. Y Domingo from the Sun. And as you can see in other languages like English, Saturday and Sunday, they are inspired by Saturn and the Sun. But what happened is that in Spanish, only the first 5 days of the week retain this origin from the Latin language and from the planets. But with the rise of religion, eventually Saturday was inspired more by Sabbath, yes, from the Jewish religion, which means basically the day to rest, see, Día de Descanso, and Domingo was named after the day of the Lord, yes, el Día del Señor, which was based on the resurrection of Jesus. So that's why now Saturday and Sunday in Spanish is sábado, from Sabbath, y domingo, from the day of the Lord. So those two changed, but as you can see in other countries, they still retain that origin from the planets. Okay. So now I want you to practice in the comments below. Tell me, ¿qué día es hoy? What day is it today? Yes, what day is it today? Hoy significa today. So hoy means today. And the answer, yes, that you can use to comment and to write a reply or an answer for this question is hoy es, and then insert there the day of the week. Por ejemplo, hoy es lunes. Hoy es viernes. Hoy es domingo. Muy bien. Let me know in the comments what day of the week it is today for you. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and I will see you in the next one. Adiós, hasta luego. Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello, tu profesora de español. Bienvenidos a tu clase. Welcome to your Spanish class. My name is Brenda Romaniello and today I'm going to teach you the genitive case in Spanish, how it works and how to form it in Spanish. So what is the genitive case to start with? It's when in English, for example, we'd say, this is Anna's book, or Anna's house, Anna's mother, Anna's sister. That is the genitive case. When we establish belonging, yes, or when we establish the relationship between people and things, in English we're gonna have that apostrophe, yes, after the person that is possessing, yes, or that we want to establish the possession relationship with. And then you have the apostrophe, the es, and there are of course other rules. And then we'll have whatever this person is possessing or the relation that we want to establish. Yes, Anna's house. What we want to say here is that the house is Anna's. Yes, Anna owns the house, or the house is hers. Okay, so we are going to learn how to do this relationship, how it works, the genitive case in Spanish. There are two ways to show ownership or personal or family relationships in Spanish. We can say, number one, Marta es la madre de Ana. Yes, we can say Marta is Anna's mother, or we can also say Marta es su madre. Yes, Marta es su madre. So Marta is her mother. On the second example, the family relationship is given by the possessive adjective su, which in this case means her. So we're going to have a look at the different possessive adjectives, yes, in the case of Marta es su madre, see, Marta is her mother. We're going to learn the different possessive adjectives in Spanish. To say my in Spanish, yeah, it's not correct to say de mí, of me. It doesn't make sense in Spanish, it doesn't work like that. We'll have a look at that later. But to say my in Spanish, el adjetivo posesivo singular would be mi. Mi, and plural would be mis. We'll talk about this in a minute to give you extra information on how to use these possessive adjectives. For your informal, we are going to say tú and the plural tus. We don't say de ti. Don't worry, we'll talk about this in a minute. If you want to say your formal, yes, if you want to establish that relationship, then we have to say de usted, yes, of you formal, de él or de ella, yes, so of him or of her. We'll talk about this in a minute, but if you want to use a possessive adjective, if you want to say her or his, then we say su. So su significa your formal, his and her. And sus is the plural form, so it will also mean your formal, his and her. To say our in Spanish, you can say de nosotros, de nosotras, sí, of us, yes, of we would say the literal translation is, and the possessive adjective for our would be nuestro or nuestra, and the plural form is nuestros, nuestras. Your for vosotros would be de vosotros, de vosotras, And the possessive adjective will be vuestro, vuestra for the singular, and vuestros, vuestras for the plural. Don't worry, we'll have a look at some examples. Your meaning from you all in Latin America, remember, ustedes means you all in Latin America, and vosotros means you all in Spain. So we can say de ustedes, of you all, and the possessive adjective will be su and sus, singular and plural. And there will also be de ellos, de ellas, sí, of them, or the possessive adjective will also be the same as ustedes, su and sus. So in Spanish, we don't have the genitive case to establish belonging or possessions. We have to say the whole phrase using de, which means of. So in Spanish, we don't say my uncle's son like that. We just have to say the son of my uncle. So in Spanish, we would say el hijo de mi tío, the son of my uncle, el hijo de mi tío. Or Anna's house, we would have to say the house of Anna. We have to say la casa de Ana, la casa de Ana, the house of Anna. I know this is something different that we need to get used to, but if you want to do that relationship, establish that relationship of possession in Spanish, just think about the whole phrase. How would you say that in English? The weird way, yes? So the house of Anna, or the uncle of the son of my uncle, yes? And then you'll be able to do it and translate it into Spanish. There are some other things that we need to pay attention to. Number one is that yo and tú cambian, so they change. They're irregular after the preposition de. So if we have de plus yo, we say de mí. Okay, we don't say de yo, it's incorrect. And de tú becomes de ti, not de tú. Okay, that's also incorrect. They're irregular, we have to change them. Now, the only thing is de mí and de ti are not used for possessions. So de mí and de ti are not used for possessions, like we were looking at the previous table before. We say de mí and de ti. Doesn't make sense for possessions. We have to say mi, mis, or tú and tus. Something important to talk about the possessive adjectives in Spanish is that they are going to match what we are possessing. They are going to match in gender and in number what we are possessing, and not the person possessing, okay? Not the relationship establishing by the person that owns or belongs to something. Okay, so let's have a look at this example. La madre de nosotros, la madre de nosotros, so here madre es femenino singular, so we have to say our, and remember we have 4 different options. We can say nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, nuestras. Which one would you pick for our? Remember, we're not going to match nosotros, we, okay? We're not going to say nuestros madres, okay? Nuestros madres is incorrect because here we're matching the mother, what we own, what we have the relationship with. So we have to say nuestra madre, because madre is femenino and singular. Can you see this here? If we were now talking about our father, yes, el padre de nosotros, see, the father of us, el padre de nosotros, as you can see, we, the possessive people, yeah, the people that are possessing, or the relationship is the same. We're talking about we, and our father. But now we changed from madre to padre. Now padre is masculino and singular. Therefore, we need to say our father is nuestro padre. Okay, does that make sense? Remember, we have to match what we own, not the person owning the thing or the person. Vamos a practicar. Let's practice. I want you to complete the following sentences with the correct possessive adjective. So remember, in between brackets, you're going to have the relationship of him, of her, of us, etc. And I want you to use mi, tú, su, etc., etc. Respuestas. Ellos son sus primos. Ellos son sus primos. So remember, here sus is the plural because we are saying we're matching it with primos. See, their, his cousins. The cousins is plural and is his, we want to say his, so we have to say sus. Yo soy su hija. Yo soy su hija. Número 3. Ella es nuestra abuela. Vuestra madre tiene 56 años. The next one. Tu novio es de Portugal. Su esposa es abogada. Ella es muy inteligente. The next one. Nuestras tías son amables y buenas. Nuestras tías. Mi suegra no es amable. Mi suegra. De vosotros, the next one is vuestros padres tienen los ojos marrones. I hope you were able to use the correct possessive adjectives in these cases, and remember, we're matching what we're possessing in this case. Now let's do this exercise. You have to rewrite the following genitive cases in English into Spanish, like the example. So, por ejemplo, Melissa's apple, we are going to say, remember, if you have to think about it, how we say it in English, the long way would be the apple of Melissa. So in Spanish would be la manzana de Melissa. Respuestas. Juan's keys, we're going to say las llaves de Juan. Anna's book, el libro de Ana. Pedro's dog, el perro de Pedro. Laura's car is going to be el coche, carro de Laura. Roberto's house is going to be la casa de Roberto. Mario and Julio's cat, el gato de Mario y Julio. Daniela's plate, el plato de Daniela. Karina's friend is el amigo o la amiga de Karina. Julia's bed is la cama de Julia. Manuel's brother is el hermano de Manuel. Christian's father is el padre de Christian. Y Luis' mother is la madre de Luis. Okay, so remember, we don't have the genitive case per se like that in English. We have to say the whole entire phrase to establish the belonging. Anna's house, la casa de Ana. Anna's mother, la mamá o la madre de Ana. I really hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching y nos vemos en la próxima clase. I will see you next class. Adiós. Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello, tu profesora de español. Hello, this is Brenda Romaniello, your Spanish teacher. Today we're going to learn how to form the singular and plural forms of the nouns, yes, los sustantivos en español, in Spanish. So the same as in English, when we have only one thing or one person, we're going to say that that's a singular thing, singular. So we call this número en español, see, number. When we want to talk about número, number in Spanish, we make reference if we are talking about one thing, yes, singular, or if we're talking about two or more things, plural. Okay, so certain things, yes, will have a plural form and a singular form. So when we talk about the singular form, el singular, in that case will be one thing of that thing. And if we talk about the plural form of it, then we are going to be referring to two or more things. Por ejemplo, mesa es singular. Yeah, it's singular. We're just saying here table. And the plural form of mesa would be mesas. Okay? And the same, for example, if we say that we're talking about árbol, el singular, árbol, see that's a tree, and el plural, the árbol would be árboles. Árboles. Okay? So that's the plural. We're talking about two or more trees and then two or more tables. So how do we form the plural? Let's have a look at this table. So if the word ends in a vowel, una vocal en español, if the word ends in a vowel, then we're going to add an S at the end. Okay, so like we said before, mesa will become mesas, libro will become libros, Silla will become sillas. Puerta will become puertas. Calle will become calles. Puente will become puentes. Oso will become osos. Coche will become coches, etc. And if the word, yes, if the sustantivos, if the noun ends in a consonante, in a consonant, then we're going to add es after at the end to make this a plural form. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. Sillón is going to become sillones. Televisión is going to become televisiones. Color is going to become colores. Tenedor, tenedores. Lombriz, lombrices. Nuez, nueces. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the last two. As you can see, they ended in Z and zeta, but when we put it in the plural form, we are going to transform that Z and it's going to become a C in the plural form. Okay, so whenever you have a Z in the singular form, in the plural, we're going to change that Z for a C. And then we're going to add ES at the end to form the plural. There's something else that we need to pay attention to in Spanish. So let's have a look at this phrase here. If I say gato, muy bien, gato means cat, so that's our sustantivo, our noun. Now let's say that I want to say that this is the cat, yes? So we're gonna say the cat, we're gonna say in Spanish, el gato, muy bien, el gato. But then say that I want to say that this is a black cat in Spanish, the black cat, right? So we're gonna say el gato negro, okay? So el gato negro, remember we're gonna have the adjectives after what we're describing in Spanish. That's a difference in word order in Spanish. And now let's say that I want to talk about cats as in plural, yes? We're talking about two or more cats. How are we going to transform this sentence? Well, we're going to start with gato, yes, we're going to put it in the plural, and we're going to say gatos, okay, gatos. But here, it doesn't work like in English. In English, you can say the black cats, and then it makes all that plural, yes, the black and the. In Spanish, we have to basically select the plural and the masculine form of each and specific parts of this sentence. The article, yes, so the noun, yes, cat, and then also the adjective, in this case, black. So we're going to have to say los gatos negros, okay? Los gatos negros. Muy bien. Okay, so what happens, for example, if I have gata? Now, the gata is a female cat, yes? So, gata. How are we going to form, how are we going to say the female cat? We're going to say la gata. La gata, the female cat, okay? And what if this female cat is also black? How are we going to say that? La gata negra. Okay, and then if I want to say that we're talking about two or more cats, how do we transform that in the plural form? We would say las gatas negras. As you can see, this is very important in Spanish. We basically have agreement in the entire sentence. Everything has to be feminine or masculine, yes, or masculino or femenino. Everything has to be singular or plural. Todo tiene que ser singular o plural. Yes, we have to match absolutely everything in a sentence in Spanish. Vamos a practicar. Now, I want you to tell me cómo se dice en español. How do you say this in Spanish? You can pause the video to think of your answer, and when you're ready, just resume the video. Respuestas. Se dice mesa, silla, mesero, copa, vaso, taza de café, botella, servilleta, plato, tenedor, cuchara, cuchillo. Now, I want you to tell me, how do we form the plural of all these things? Respuesta, platos, tazas, tenedores, meseros, cuchillos, mesas, vasos, sillas, botellas, servilletas, copas, cucharas. Muy bien, muy buen trabajo. Good job. Now let's do this exercise. You have to transform these words into their plural form. Are you ready? Let's do it. So take a few minutes to think about the answer, and when you're ready, continue the video. Respuesta. Escritorio, escritorios. Vaso, vasos. Lámpara, lámparas. Almohadón, almohadones. Corazón, corazones. Sol, soles. Radiador, radiadores. Colchón, colchones. Muy bien, muy buen trabajo. So that is all for today. Muchas gracias por ver la clase y nos vemos en la próxima. Thank you so much for watching this class, and I will see you in the next one. Adiós. Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello. Welcome to your Spanish class. My name is Brenda Romaniello, and today I'm going to show you how to spell words in Spanish. In order to spell words in Spanish, we need to learn the alphabet in Spanish, yes? Because we're going to learn how to say each letter of the alphabet in Spanish to be able to spell words. So let's have a look at the alphabet. In Spanish, we have 27 letters. So let's have a look at what they are. Some of these letters have two names for these letters. So I'm going to show you the different names that some letters may have in Spanish as well. A, B. So for the letter B in Spanish, which is always pronounced as a B, a soft B, we have two names. We can call it B or B larga. See, in certain countries, we call it B, and some other countries, for example, in Argentina, we say B larga. C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, G, G. So the letter G in Spanish, we pronounce it like a stronger H, yes? So we're going to say G, G. Muy bien. H, H. Remember that the H is silent in Spanish, so that includes the name of this letter. So we say H, just pretend the H is not there. I, I. Cuidado, just be careful, don't get it confused when with the English I. Yes, we never say I in Spanish. This letter is called I and is always pronounced I in Spanish as well. J, J, K, K, L, L, M, M, N, N, ñ, ñ, O, P, P, Q, Q, R, R. Something to note is that some countries, for example in Colombia, they like to call R as R. S, S, T, T, U, U, V, V, O, V corta, V corta, W, 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 X, X, Y, Y, O, Y, Y, Z, Z. So notice that when I was saying the B and the V or B corta, when you spell, yes, when we spell in Spanish and we make every single letter important, we'll make a distinction between B or B larga y V y V corta, yes, because we want to tell the person that is, when we are spelling, that is either the V larga or B corta, no? B corta. But as you can see, when we say words in Spanish with B or V, they are the same. They are a very soft B, okay? So most likely, most Spanish speakers, they don't make the distinction even when we spell a word, okay? So it could be B, B larga, V, V corta, or V, V corta. The following letters are not part of the alphabet, but they have specific names that is important to point them out. The first one is the CH, CH, o che, CH o che. The next one is elle, elle o doble L, doble L. And the last one, R, R o doble R. I did mention before that in some countries they do say only one R as R as well. Whenever you're spelling a word and it has that written accent at the top, in that case we have to say con tilde. So for example, if you want to spell Mexico, then you would say that we spell M, E con tilde, X, Y, C, O, Mexico. O fácil, we say that we spell F, A con tilde, C, I, L. Fácil. Alright, let's practice again, but this time I want to show you a pronunciation guide in English so that you have a better idea on how the alphabet, all these letters in Spanish, are pronounced. Let's have a look at that. Repite después de mí. Repeat after me. A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y o Y, Z. There are two questions that we can ask for the spelling of a word in Spanish. We can ask, ¿cómo se deletrea? Or, ¿cómo se escribe? Por ejemplo, ¿cómo se deletrea libro? How do you spell book? ¿Cómo se deletrea libro? ¿Cómo se escribe libro? How do you write libro? Yes, book. ¿Cómo se escribe libro? And then we have the different answers. So for the first question, ¿cómo se deletrea? We are going to say se deletrea L, I, B larga, R, O. Libro. And for the second option, we'll say se escribe L, I, B larga, R, O. Libro. ¿Cómo se deletrea? Vamos a practicar. Let's practice. Tell me how we spell in Spanish the following words. I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about it, and then when you're ready, you can continue the video to see the answers. Respuestas. Baño se escribe o se deletrea B-A-Ñ-O. Baño. Cerveza se escribe o se deletrea C-E-R V corta E-Z-A. Vino se deletrea V corta I-N-O. Siesta se deletrea S-I-E-S-T-A. Amigo se deletrea A-M-I-G-O. Queso se deletrea Q-U-E-S-O. Cuba se deletrea C-U-B-A. Helado se deletrea H-E-L-A-D-O. Canguro se deletrea C-A-N-G-U-R-O. Whisky se deletrea W-O-W-H-I-S-K-Y-O-Y. Apellido se deletrea A-P-E-L-L-I-D-O. Jabón se deletrea J-A-B o B larga O con acento N. Perro se deletrea P-E-R-R o doble R o R-O. Avocado se deletrea A, V corta o V O C-A-D-O. Elefante se deletrea E-L-E-F-A-N-T-E. Y lluvia se deletrea W-L-U-V corta o V-I-A. Now I'm going to spell some words for you. Yes, there's going to be 3 words that I'm going to spell, and see if you can understand them and see if you can put them together. Grab a piece of paper and a pen, and then let's see if you can understand the spelling of these words. Número 1, the first one. M-E-S-A. M-E-S-A. Number 2. C-O-C-H-E. C-O-C-H-E. And the last one, which is going to be a little bit harder, so pay attention, is A-L-M-O-H-A-V-A. A-L-M-O-H-A-V-A. Could you guess what word it is? Let's have a look. So the first one was M-E-S-A. That's mesa. M-E-S-A. The second word was coche. C-O-C-H-E. And the last one, A-L-M-O-H-A-D-A. Almohada. See, that's pillow. Fantástico. ¿Cómo se deletrea tu nombre y tu apellido? How do you spell your name and your last name? Por ejemplo, mi nombre se deletrea B larga R E N D A. Brenda. Y mi apellido se deletrea R O M A N I L O. Romaniello. Muy bien, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and in the comments below I would like you to spell your name, okay? So you don't need to put your last name if you don't want to, but your name, tu nombre. ¿Cómo se escribe, cómo se deletrea tu nombre. Por ejemplo, mi nombre se escribe B larga R E N D A. Okay, let's practice in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you next class. Nos vemos en la próxima clase. Adiós. Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello, tu profesora de español. Welcome to your Spanish class. My name is Brenda Romaniello and today I'm going to share with you some important cultural tips about Latin America, which is spare change. Let's start the lesson with some vocabulary about money and the different words that you can use to use for money in Spanish. Repite después de mí. So repeat after me. Efectivo. Efectivo. Efectivo significa cash. Dinero. Dinero. Dinero significa money. Billetes. Billetes. Notes. Monedas, monedas, coins, vuelto, vueltas, vuelto, vueltas, change. Cambio is also change. Cambio. Centavos, centavos, cents, and this is for pesos. Céntimos, céntimos is the cents for euros. Tarjeta de crédito. Tarjeta de crédito, credit card. Tarjeta de débito, tarjeta de débito, a debit card. Y casa de cambio. Casa de cambio is currency exchange or money exchange store. So, a common phrase that you will hear when you pay, if you go to a store in Latin America and you give them a big bill for something that you're paying that doesn't cost as much money, would be, lo siento, no tengo cambio. I'm sorry, I don't have change. And this is common when you go shopping in Latin America and you pay for something that is perhaps not as expensive. If you pay with big notes or big bills, you will notice that small change is really hard to come by. Certain stores, supermarkets, and different retailers don't have spare change, and so my recommendation for you is to always have small change in your pocket. Have small change with you. Just don't take big notes or a lot of money when you go out and about in your trip, if you're traveling or you're visiting or if you live there, because more likely the person, the shop assistant, won't be able to give you the change that you need for the item that you want to purchase. So most likely they will say that to you, lo siento, no tengo cambio, and of course you may choose not to buy whatever you decided you want to buy, but in some cases, if it is an emergency or you really need or want that thing, that item, you might have to just pay with that big bill and just not take change, don't keep the change, or just go without having any change in return. So if that's the case, what I want you to bear in mind is that you should have some spare change with you. So when you go to the Casa de Cambio, see, the money exchange store, perhaps ask them to give you small change so that you have extra. Or if you go to a store and you buy something and they give you a big note as part of the change, you can say, oh, can you break that change for me? Yes. ¿Me das cambio? ¿Puedes darme cambio? Sí, can you give me some smaller change? Yes, and that includes monedas, billetes, sí, o centavos, etc. So that includes coins and notes. You might be also thinking, well, I just pay with my debit card or my credit card. Just bear in mind that a lot of places, depending on where you go, of course, big cities, and nowadays it's more common to have access to paying with credit card, but it is not entirely the case all over the place, especially if you're traveling around Latin America and you go to more rural areas. Bear in mind that they may not have the option to pay with tarjeta de crédito, with a credit card. the other suggestion that I want to tell you about is to take not all your money with you. Of course, just take what you think you'll be using for the day with different coins and bills and notes of different amounts, so that you are able to really buy anything that you want or you need for that day. And if that is the case, that you get pickpocketed, or if you lose it, or if it falls out of your pocket, or if you just misplace the money, then it doesn't ruin your entire holidays, because you still have more money or more change back in your hotel or hostel, and it's not a big deal if you lose the money for that day. Perhaps if you want to ask how much something costs, you can say ¿cuánto cuesta? Yes, ¿cuánto cuesta? And then if you want to make sure that they will have change, it would say ¿tienes cambio de? And then whatever amount of money you have. So for example, let's say that you have 100 pesos, 100 pesos. You can say ¿tienes cambio de 100? ¿Tienes cambio de 50? ¿Tienes cambio de 1000? See, do you have change for 100? Do you have change for 50? And so you ask that question before you try to pay for your item. So the difference between cambio and vuelto, they're similar. Yes, they're similar, but vuelto is when you pay something and they give you money back. Yes, so that's what they return money back to you. Yes, so the money that you have. And cambio is if they can change. Yes, cambio significa change in the sense of if you can break down that amount. Yes, so they are used as synonyms in certain contexts. Yes, so for example, if you buy something from me and I can tell you, aquí tienes el vuelto, here is your change. Yes, el vuelto, whatever I have to return back to you from the transaction. Or I can say, aquí tienes el cambio. If you want me to keep the change, yes, you would say, quédate con el cambio. Muy bien, I really hope that you remember this tip when you go on your next trip to Latin America, and that you do have change with you, que tienes cambio contigo, to be able to enjoy your holidays to the fullest. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next class. Adios.
Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Hola amigos de SpanishPod101.com. Yo soy Efraín.
Y yo soy Diego.
And today we have 10 ways to disagree, and at the end we have a skit. So don't miss the end of this video, because it is pretty interesting. So
Enjoy this video.
whoa!
Okay guys, so we have previously recorded a video talking about 10 ways to agree in Spanish, but what happens when you don't truly agree with what the other person says? Well, in that case, you need to know how to disagree in Spanish, and we're going to show you 10 ways for doing so. Don't forget that at the end, we're going to record a skit so you can see how it works in an authentic example. So, why don't we start with the first one, Efraín?
Yeah, the first one is no estoy de acuerdo, or it's equal, estoy en desacuerdo, which is I disagree. No estoy de acuerdo, or estoy en desacuerdo.
Yeah. For example, Bruno Mars es el rey del pop.
Estoy en desacuerdo. Ese es Michael Jackson.
The next one is the structure. Como que plus the information that you disagree with. Once again, como que plus the information that you disagree with. And in English, it's kind of, how can you say that? For example,
siempre estudio para los exámenes.
¿Qué? ¿Cómo que siempre estudias para tus exámenes si en el examen pasado yo te di todas las respuestas?
No es cierto, solo me diste 10.
El examen tenía 10.
Okay, so the next one is no es cierto. It is not true. No es cierto.
Exactly. For example, yo tengo una tarántula como mascota.
No es cierto, a ti te dan miedo las arañas.
Yeah, that's true. The next one is no es la verdad, which is very similar to the previous one, and it means it isn't true. No es la verdad. For example,
Me gustan mucho las víboras.
No es la verdad. Tú odias las víboras.
Ey, mi novia, mi futura novia, está viendo esto y a ella le gustan las víboras.
Ah, sí, te encantan las víboras.
The next one is no te creo nada. I don't believe you anything. No te creo nada.
Yeah. For example, gané un torneo internacional de ajedrez.
No te creo nada. Apenas sabes mover un peón.
¿Qué es un peón? The next one is eso no tiene sentido. Eso no tiene sentido. That doesn't make sense. For example,
Yo canto muy bien.
eso no tiene sentido, Efraín.
Claro que sí.
The next one is another way to disagree, but this is a formal word, okay?
Which is yo en eso discrepo. Or yo discrepo. I beg to differ. Yo discrepo. El vino tinto es mejor que el vino blanco.
Pero por supuesto que no, yo en eso discrepo. El vino blanco es mucho mejor que el vino tinto.
Bueno,
Okay, so the following ones are strong, so use them carefully, only with someone you truly know. The first one is eso no tiene ni pies ni cabeza. Eso no tiene ni pies ni cabeza. That doesn't make any sense. For example,
en la fiesta pasada yo fui el alma de la fiesta.
Efraín, eso no tienes ni pies ni cabeza, tú eres muy serio, siempre en una fiesta te quedas sentado y no haces nada.
Además, ni fui a esa fiesta. The next one is no. ¿Qué dices? No. What are you saying? No. ¿Qué dices? For example,
La saga Star Wars es la mejor de toda la existencia.
no. ¿Qué dices? La mejor es Indiana Jones.
What? No digas tonterías. Ambos sabemos que la mejor es Harry Potter. By the way, no digas tonterías. Don't talk nonsense. No digas tonterías. ¿Viste el partido entre el América y las Chivas? Por supuesto que las Chivas jugaron mejor.
Estoy en desacuerdo. Esos chicos ni siquiera saben patear el balón. Los mejores son los Pumas.
¿Cómo que los mejores son los Pumas? Si van hasta el final de la tabla.
No es cierto. Actualiza tu información. Van en 9º lugar de 10 lugares.
No es cierto. Siempre han sido unos perdedores. Como tú. Todos mis amigos dicen lo mismo.
Eso no tiene sentido. Tú ni siquiera tienes amigos.
Perdón, Efraín, pero yo en eso discrepo. Te tengo a ti.
No. ¿Qué dices? Siempre me estás atacando. Esos no son amigos.
No digas tonterías, solo es mi forma de bromear contigo.
Eso no tiene ni pies ni cabeza. A mí no me causa ninguna gracia.
Está bien, ya. Perdón.
Bueno, ya.
That's it for today, my beautiful friends from SpanishPod101.com. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give it your thumbs up and share with other learners. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and activate the channel notifications. And also, if you have any comment or opinion, leave it in the comment section down below because we do read them and reply to them. So, see you in our next video, guys.
Hasta luego.
Hello, my friends from SpanishPod101.com. As you might know, my name is Pepe.
And I'm Ricardo.
Of course, we're kidding. My name is Diego.
And I'm Ricardo. Ya me freí.
So, in today's video, we're going to learn how to use the object pronoun le in Mexican Spanish, because there are so many ways to use le, but in Mexican Spanish we have a particular use of this object pronoun. So hopefully guys, you will enjoy this video.
Te vamos a volar la cabeza. So in this video we won't focus on the difference between direct object and indirect object pronoun. But let me explain for you very fast the indirect object pronoun. Really short, okay? The indirect object pronoun is what, who, or whom the action of the verb is being done for. Let me give you an example. Quiero ir a comprar flores para mi novia.
Bueno, pero tú ni siquiera tienes novia, ¿de qué estás hablando? Ni
No,
siquiera
es lo
sales
que
con
te
nadie.
estoy diciendo, que solamente es un ejemplo. So, in this example, the action is to buy, comprar. The direct object are the flowers, because those are what we are buying, okay? Las flores. And the indirect object pronoun is my girlfriend, because she is what we are buying the flowers for.
Y sigues con lo de tu novia, que entiende que no tienes novia.
Ah, que
pues.
sí, que nomás es un ejemplo, de todos modos sí tengo.
Now that we recognize what the indirect object is, in this case is mi novia, let me tell you something. We can normally recognize the indirect objects because these are preceded by prepositions such as a or para. Like in this example is quiero comprar flores para mi novia. So you see here you have the preposition para, then mi novia is the indirect object. Now, what we can do is we can kind of condense, shorten this sentence and only say quiero comprarle flores. Why? Because le is kind of a shortcut of mi novia. So this only le, this object pronoun, is basically mi novia. Quiero comprarle flores.
Diego, ¿este tema está fácil?
Pues mira, no es de los más sencillos, pero tampoco de los más complicados. Pero, ¿qué le vamos a hacer? Vamos a intentar explicarlo de una forma sencilla para la audiencia. By the way, ¿qué le vamos a hacer? So in this case, la partícula le, the particle le, what does it mean? Does it mean an indirect object? Well, not really an indirect object. No, not really. So in this case, what we do in Mexico is we use a lot le for the verb hacer specifically. So in such expressions such as ¿qué le vamos a hacer? So in this case, don't try to get the indirect object. It doesn't exist. The closest thing to this le is a esta situación, to this situation. So, ¿qué vamos a hacer a esta situación? In this situation, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, one of the uses of le in Mexican Spanish is with the verb hacer.
So you can use le in order to make a request, but not all requests, but a kind one. Or when you want to make a prompt request, or even to soften a request. For example, Diego, toma un poco de tequila.
No, gracias, ahorita no quiero.
Tómale, te va a gustar.
Bueno, pero a cambio de que cantes una canción.
Ah, pero es que mi garganta
Vamos, cántale.
ya está cerrada con 3 candados y remachar la puerta se dejará.
So another use of le is for encouragement.
Yeah.
And this is only used for the imperative version of the verb, the imperative tense, especially for tú and usted. So in this case, for example, we have the verb andar, which is walk, or even caminar. The imperative for tú will be anda or camina. However, we can use in Mexico le at the end of this imperative just to stress or to give extra encouragement as a way for an urge to do it now. Okay, so once again we can say ándale or camínale. It is not uncommon to hear in Mexico the moms who say things like
Ándale, córrele a la escuela que no vas a llegar. Pásale a la casa, no estés allá afuera. Apúrale, rápido. Párale, pues si no tenemos prisa, párale. Ay, jálale, jálale. Pregúntale a la señora. Pregúntale, no sea tímido, chamaco.
Ay, mamá, sí.
Ay, pícale. Vas bien lento, te voy a dar con la chancla.
No,
Pícale.
No.
Mira,
No,
vas
no,
a ver.
no.
Vas a ver.
Dale.
Note this. Not all the verbs can be used with the object pronoun le. The most common ones are for movement, or the most common verbs can be used with le. For example, muévele, léele, juégale, párale.
Nice, very nice. Finally, we're going to give you 3 very common interjections in Mexico that use this object pronoun le. The first one, we're sure that you know it, and is orale. Once again, orale. So an orale has many meanings, but we will break it down in just 2, which are the most common ones.
Yeah.
So the first one is as a kind of surprise for something, okay?
Yeah.
So, for example,
Diego, voy a ser papá.
órale, Efraín, pero si tú ni novia tienes.
Ay, lo que te digo es un ejemplo.
So, the second use of orale is for encouraging someone. It's very close to, come on, do it. For example,
Diego, no sé si hablarle.
órale, márcale, mándale un mensaje, órale. The second interjection is épale. And épale, its closest meaning in English is kind of like, whoa, like, hey, what are you doing? Like, whoa. So, for example, épale, ¿por qué me estás pellizcando? ¿Qué te pasa? Épale. And the third interjection is újule. Once again, újule, which is once again used for surprise, but it has also kind of bit of despise in something, okay, for a certain situation. For example,
Ay, no creo terminar el trabajo. Quedé de ver a mi amigo a las 5.
¿y qué hora es?
Las 5:10.
Újule, no, pues no creo que termines ni tu trabajo ni que alcances de ver a tu amigo.
Újule. That's it for today, my friends of SpanishPod101.com. We are really happy that you watched us. Give us your thumbs up, write your comments down below, and subscribe to this channel. Nos vemos en el siguiente video.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. Hey, si yo llego con 10 tacos, ¿sonreirías?
Bueno, eso depende.
¿De qué?
De si son tacos al pastor o tacos de canasta.
Digamos al pastor.
Bueno, también depende de si son de Doña Lucy o de Don Pepe.
Cierto. So, we can help you to choose a taco?
No, but we can help you understand the conditionals in Spanish.
Yeah.
So, guys, my name is Diego.
And I'm Efraín.
Enjoy this video.
Woo!
Okay, guys, so the conditionals in Spanish are very similar to the conditionals in English. Why? Because in Spanish we also have 4 types of conditionals. We have the zero conditional, first, second, and third conditional. The thing is that the structure is also very similar. Because in English you have the if clause, which in Spanish will be la cláusula si, and then you have the main clause. Okay? So we have the same structure as in English. For example, si yo tuviera dinero, coma, compraría una mansión. Or you can reverse the order and say first the main clause, la cláusula principal. compraría una mansión si tuviera mucho dinero. Okay, so you can do this as well in Spanish. Stay with us because we will tell you the 4 types of conditional in a very brief way.
As Diego said, like in English, Spanish conditionals can indicate different degrees of possibility in the future, in the present, in the past, okay? So they talk about things that didn't happen in the past, that they can talk about things that would happen in the future, and things that couldn't possibly happen. Okay? Like this structure. Si yo fuera tú, I can be him. But let's see this example. Diego, si yo fuera tú, no le echaría tanta salsa a mi pozole.
¿De qué hablas? Es riquísimo el pozole con mucha salsa, excepto por la gastritis. Okay, guys, so the first one is a zero conditional. And the structure for this conditional is the following. Si followed by un verbo en presente de indicativo, coma, y un verbo en presente de indicativo.
Okay, so this zero conditional works the same as in English. It talks about something that is always or usually true.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, we have this common one. If you heat water, it boils. Si tú calientas el agua, hierve. Another one. Si tú presionas el botón de encendido, la luz se enciende. Another one. Si le envías un mensaje, te deja en leído. Now we have the first conditional. Use this conditional in order to express how something is possible or likely, as long as a condition is met. A certain condition.
Very good. The structure for this conditional is si plus presente indicativo, the present tense, comma, and then future tense, el futuro.
Yeah.
Let's give you a couple of examples. The first one. Si me duele el estómago, iré a ver al doctor.
Okay. Si me caso, ¿irás a mi boda?
Claro, por supuesto. The next one. Si tomas mucho tequila, te emborracharás.
Si hago mi tarea rápido, veré una película.
Okay, guys, so now remember that these are just possibilities that might happen in the future. Okay, so for example, let's take the tequila one. Si tomas mucho tequila, te emborracharás. I mean, the condition is that you drink a lot of tequila, and the possibility is that you will get drunk. I mean, will you get drunk? It is not 100% sure because you might be very resistant to alcohol. In that case, you won't be drunk, but there's the huge possibility that you will become drunk. And once again, all these tenses could be inverted and say first the main clause, and then you just need to lose the comma. So, te emborracharás si bebes mucho tequila.
Yeah. Now we have the second conditional in Spanish, and this goes for unreal or hypothetical situations, okay? You use this one when you are daydreaming and you want to talk about possibilities that probably won't happen at all.
Very good. So now the structure for this is the following. It's si plus imperfecto de subjuntivo. Don't get too stressed about it. It's actually very easy to understand the imperfecto subjuntivo. Then comma, and after that the conditional. We will give you a couple of examples for this. The first one is, si yo tuviera novia, la invitaría a cenar todas las noches.
Si yo fuera un poco más alto, probablemente sería modelo.
The next one. Si yo tuviera 1000 seguidores de Instagram, sería muy feliz. Go and follow me now.
Si yo me casara, ¿irías a mi boda?
Por supuesto que sí. So this example is the same one that he used before, but in the previous version he said, Si me caso, irás a mi boda. And in this case, he's saying, si me casara, irías a mi boda. So, which one is correct? Well, actually, both of them you can say. However, there's a small difference, and the difference is the degree of possibility for that to happen, the likeliness of that to happen. In the first example, si me caso, irás a mi boda. Let's suppose that he already has a girlfriend whom he plans to marry. So the possibility is very high for him to marry. And in the second one, si me casara, irías a mi boda. In this case, he doesn't even possibly, he might not even have a girlfriend. Okay? So the likeliness of that to happen, of he married another girl, well, is very low. That's why we use in this case the second conditional, but both are possible. It depends on the likeliness of the situation.
Yeah. So in Spanish, we have a common saying, el hubiera no existe. To talk about something that didn't happen in the past, but it doesn't have real consequences in the present. But we use it in the third conditional. It exists in the third conditional. And you use this one when you want to talk about something that didn't happen in the past and doesn't have real consequences.
Yeah, exactly. And we use it a lot. So you might have heard this word before, hubiera, and that's for the third conditional. And the structure is the following. Si plus pluscuamperfecto de subjuntivo, but I know it sounds very daunting, this grammar term, but it is very easy. It is actually just the hubiera form with the participio of a verb. Okay, we will give you some examples of this in just a few seconds. And then we also have the second part. Don't forget to add the comma. And the second part is the conditional perfecto. And the conditional perfect is just the conditional of the verb haber plus the participio of another verb. I know it sounds like, oh my god, this is so difficult, but with maybe a couple of examples and you need to practice this, you will become very familiar with this topic. So let's see one example. Just imagine that Efrain went to a party and he didn't invite me. So he can say,
Si te hubiera llamado, ¿habrías ido a la fiesta conmigo?
No, igual estaba muy cansado. So he didn't call me, but anyways, I wouldn't have gone to that party. So like, ¿habría sido? Like, no, not really. Okay, so another example, second example.
Reprobamos el examen.
Ya sé. Si hubiéramos estudiado, habríamos aprobado ese examen.
Yeah.
So here the thing is that we didn't study. That didn't happen. And as a consequence, in the present, we didn't pass the exam. So it's like a consequence that won't even happen. Okay? Now that you have this form, we can do what we call the mixed conditionals. And the mixed conditionals is basically when we combine the clauses. Okay, so for example, we can combine the hubiera clause with maybe a consequence in the present. Okay, so let's give you an example of these mixed conditionals.
Si te hubieras llevado paraguas, no estarías enfermo ahorita.
And here we're combining the clause of the third conditional, si tuvieras llevado paraguas, plus the main clause in the second conditional. No estarías enfermo ahorita. Okay, now let's give you another example.
Si la hubiera besado, en este momento seríamos novios.
Once again, he's combining the clause of the third conditional, the hubiera clause, plus the main clause of the second conditional. Pretty easy. That's it for today, my friends from SpanishPod101.com. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give it your thumbs up and write a comment down below. We will read them and reply to them. So, once again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and see you in our upcoming video. Hasta luego!
Woo! Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. Today we decided to go out and ask some random people what are
their favorite Mexican slangs.
Yeah, exactly. So, enjoy the video.
Hola,
Hola,
¿cómo te llamas?
Martín.
Oye, Martín, ¿cuál es tu palabra mexicana favorita?
No es palabra, es expresión. Me
Ajá.
gusta, bueno, utilizo mucho ¿cómo crees?
¿Cómo crees?
Ajá.
Así como, ¿cuándo
¿Cómo
la
crees?
usas?
Ajá, después no sé, alguien
No
me
manches,
cuenta un
conocí a Clara.
chiste. Ajá, ¿cómo crees?
Exacto. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. Dime, Jocelyn, ¿cuál es tu palabra mexicana favorita?
Chingón.
¿Chingón? ¿Cómo lo usarías?
Chillona, pero chingona.
Eso está chingón. Va. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Daniela.
Daniela. ¿Y cuál es tu expresión o palabra mexicana favorita?
No mames.
¿No mames? ¿Y cómo lo usarías?
Un tiempo la uso.
Bueno, puede ser...
Como cuando algo me sorprende.
claro, cuando algo te sorprende. Oye, ¿qué crees? Me encontré dinero en la calle.
No mames.
Exacto.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Hola, me llamo Tamara.
Oye, Damara, ¿y cuál es tu palabra o expresión mexicana favorita?
Tacos.
Tacos. Órale. ¿Y cómo la puedes usar en una oración?
Voy a ir a cenar tacos.
Bien, perfecto. ¿Cuáles son tus tacos favoritos?
Los de pastor.
Por supuesto, son los mejores. Muy bien. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Omar,
Y dime, Omar, ¿cuál es tu palabra o expresión mexicana favorita?
ay güey,
Ay, güey.
Ay, güey.
Ok, ¿y qué significa eso?
pues de expresión, como de susto, de alegría, de emoción.
Ok, como por ejemplo, dame un ejemplo, ¿cómo la puedes usar?
No hay güey, ese güey se mató.
Ok, perfecto, ok.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Mike,
Mike. Dime, ¿cuál es tu palabra mexicana favorita?
Güey,
Güey, ok. ¿Y para ti qué es güey?
como tu compa o tu carnal o así.
Ajá,
O tu
exacto.
amigo.
Tu amigo puede ser. ¿Y cómo lo usarías en una oración?
Mi amigo está bien, güey.
Bueno, ok. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
César Mauricio.
César. ¿Y cuál es tu palabra mexicana favorita?
La típica cabrón.
Cabrón, muy bien. ¿Y para ti qué es cabrón?
Es como ser alguien superior, ¿no? Alguien que se quiere sentir así muy importante. Alguien que puede resolver todo.
Ok. ¿Y cómo lo usarías tú?
Soy
Soy
un cabrón.
Bien, pero también puede ser está cabrón el
Sí,
asunto.
o sea, la puedes hacer como componerla, ¿no? Para agregarle más palabras.
Claro,
O sea, soy
claro.
un cabrón. Ese güey es un cabrón.
Ajá. Muy bien, muy
Se
bien.
pasa de cabrón.
Se pasa de cabrón también puede ser.
Claro.
Es una palabra con muchos significados.
Sí.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Dana,
Dana, ¿cuál es tu palabra mexicana favorita?
pues uso mucho chale o chido.
¿Chale? ¿Y para ti qué es chale?
Pues es un modismo como equivalente a decir ya que.
Ok, ya que, ¿y cómo lo usarías tú en una frase o en tu vida? ¿Cómo la usas?
Pues es como un chale, me fue mal en la escuela o en un examen.
Ok, chale, me fue mal. ¿Y te fue bien?
Sí.
Ah, qué bueno.
Todo bien ahorita.
Muchas gracias.
Sí, ¿de qué?
Hola chicas, ¿cómo se llaman?
Yelitza.
Jackie.
Jackie y Yelitza, ¿cuál es su palabra mexicana favorita?
A la chingada.
¿A la chingada?
Y yo digo mucho chafa.
Chafa, muy bien. Bien, ¿y a la chingada para ti qué es?
Como una forma rápida de darle fin a algo.
Ok. ¿Y chafa?
Chafa yo lo utilizo generalmente como para alguien como digo, ay, qué chafa, o sea, esa persona no lo hizo bien o viene arreglado mal, pues viene como muy chafa, no sé.
Ok. Sí, sí queda. ¿Y tú cómo usarías a la chingada?
Pues cuando estoy discutiendo con alguien y ya no quiero seguir haciéndolo, pues ya es más fácil a la chingada y ya.
Decirle a la chingada, vete. Ok. Muy bien. Muchas gracias, chicas. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
me llamo Luis Fernando.
Luis Fernando, ¿cuál es tu palabra mexicana favorita?
Yo creo que mi palabra favorita es chela.
Chela. ¿Y para ti qué es? O bueno, ¿qué es chela?
Bueno, aquí en México chela se le llama la cerveza.
Ujú. ¿Y cómo lo usarías en una oración?
En una oración, vete güey, vamos por unas chelas.
Ándale. Y vamos justo ahorita por unas.
Okay, Efra, that was very fun to record and to watch. So I want to ask you, what's your favorite Mexican word?
Well, my favorite Mexican word is chido. I really like that one.
What is that, Efra?
Okay, chido is like good, nice, cool. Okay? It's like saying, tu playera está muy chida.
Muchas gracias.
Your
muchas
t-shirt
gracias.
is really cool.
Good, nice. Mine.
I'm sorry for not asking. What's yours?
Mine is, well, I have several, but I think that the one that I use very frequently is vato.
Vato?
Yeah, vato. And vato is like saying dude or friend.
Okay.
It's like, hey, vato, vamos por unos tacos.
Like saying,
Like saying, hey, dude, hey, friend, let's go and get some tacos.
That's cool.
Sí, so vato, vamos por unos tacos.
Wow. A lot of Mexican words, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, there are several. And you have just watched like a very small sample of Mexican words.
Yep.
There are more and more and more and more, so keep watching this video so you can get even more vocabulary, more Mexican words. And well, thanks for watching us, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, activate the channel notifications, and see you in our upcoming video.
Hasta luego. Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. During these days, we decided to go out and ask people about their jobs. How much time do they work?
Exactly, like if they have any rest day in the week, how much time they do for commuting, and also what are their duties in their job.
Yes, of course. So,
if you are interested, please enjoy this video.
Woo! ¿Y cuántas horas trabajas?
Mira, yo comúnmente trabajo 8 horas diarias.
Wow, 8 horas diarias.
Claro.
¿Y de descanso cuánto tiempo tienes?
Mira, yo me trabajo de lunes a sábado y el domingo descanso. Comúnmente yo empiezo a trabajar a partir de las 8 de la mañana hasta las 5 de la tarde.
¿Consideras que los mexicanos trabajan mucho?
Mira, aquí el mexicano siempre se queja de todo, que porque trabaja mucho se siente muy cansado, que porque trabaja poco, pues lo mismo. Ahora sí que si trabaja poco dices que no hay trabajo, ¿qué hago? Siempre el mexicano pone pretextos para todo.
Y César, ¿de qué trabajas?
Mira, yo trabajo en las aplicaciones que reparten comida. Aparte, pues estudio la carrera de optometría.
Ah, vaya, genial.
Sí.
Pues bueno, César, que tengas un buen día y que termines pronto.
Muchas gracias, igualmente.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Daniela.
Daniela. Oye, ¿a qué te dedicas?
Soy maestra.
¿Eres maestra? Ok. ¿Y cuántas horas trabajas?
8.
8. Bien. ¿Y de qué hora a qué hora trabajas?
De 7:30 a 3:30.
Ok, muy bien. Oye, Daniela, ¿y cuánto tiempo tienes para comer?
1 hora.
¿1 hora nada más? ¿Y crees que los mexicanos trabajan mucho?
Algunos, ¿no? Pero la gran mayoría sí son jornadas de 8 horas.
Por más de 8 horas. Bueno, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo se llama?
Policía 560850 Martínez Cerecedo yo.
Mucho gusto. Yo soy Efraín. Y bueno, le voy a hacer una pregunta. ¿En qué consiste su trabajo?
¿En qué consiste mi trabajo? En realizar recorridos alternos en todo el bosque. Asimismo, prevenir que fumen, que tomen, que porten bebidas alcohólicas, armas. Asimismo, prevenir el asalto.
Ok. Muy bien. ¿Y cuántas horas a la semana trabaja?
Depende, puede ser tanto 24 hasta puedo aventarme 75 horas por 3 días.
Por 3 días.
En la semana podría decirte 24, 48, súmale otras 48.
Ok. Pues, ¿y en qué días descansa o cómo consiste?
Puede ser, son salteados, sería un día trabajado y un día descansado.
Ok, muy bien. ¿Usted considera que los mexicanos trabajan muchas horas?
Sí.
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo se llama?
Antonio Álvarez Botello, tu servidor.
Muchas gracias, señor Antonio. Y dígame, ¿cuántas horas trabaja usted al día?
Pues más de 12.
¿Más de 12?
Casi 14.
¿De qué hora a qué hora?
Como de 7 a 8, a veces hasta las 9 de la noche.
Bueno, es un montón. ¿Y en qué consiste su trabajo?
De vender raspados, agua, refresco preparado.
Y bueno, ¿usted considera que los mexicanos trabajan mucho?
Bueno, al menos yo sí. Hay unos que no.
Y bueno, pues sí, hay algunos que no,
Sí,
pero,
no.
pero ¿qué tanto dinero ganan en proporción a lo que trabajan?
No, pues yo pongo un poquito más de sueldo mínimo porque me dan 150 diarios.
Ok.
Pero pues la verdad siento que es poco para lo que trabajo.
Para lo que usted hace.
Ahora
Bien. Y bueno, una pregunta más. ¿Qué días descansa usted?
Los martes.
Los martes nada más. Solo un día a la semana descansa.
Sí, porque viernes, sábado y domingo es el día de más friega para mí.
Ok.
Como saco varios puestos, vienen otras personas a trabajar, pero yo tengo que preparar todo.
Bien.
Tanto las mieles como surtir agua, refrescos y eso.
Ok. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo se llama?
Me llamo Hamlet Flores.
Hamlet. Pues una pregunta. ¿Cuántas horas trabaja usted al día?
Alrededor de 10 horas.
10 horas. Y bueno, ¿qué días descansa usted?
El día domingo.
¿Solamente un día?
El día domingo, ajá, sí.
Bueno, ok. ¿Y en qué consiste su trabajo?
Bueno, el área de donde estoy yo es de ventas, el área de ventas. Ahora sí que llegar, visitar a los clientes y ahora sí que hacer la venta en cada cliente. Bueno, visitar todos los clientes.
Ok, muy bien. ¿Y usted considera que los mexicanos trabajan mucho y reciben poco sueldo?
Pues yo creo que depende de que el desempeño, bueno, ahora sí que el área donde se desempeña uno trabajando, ¿no?
Claro.
Pero por ejemplo yo aquí ahora sí que en el área donde yo estoy, pues no me quejo, pues sí me va bien.
Ok, muy bien.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo se llama?
Soy Miguel Ángel Romero Flores, soy jefe de carrera de Ingeniería Bioquímica, soy profesor, doy clases de Ingeniería Bioquímica de tiempo completo.
Perfecto. ¿Y cuántas horas trabaja a la semana?
En papel tengo 40 horas, en la práctica pues, estoy entre 40 a 50 horas dependiendo de la demanda de trabajo que tenga para cada proceso. Ahorita acabamos de terminar lo que es el rediseño curricular de la carrera y eso demandó mucho tiempo extra, entonces estaba 50, 45 horas a la semana.
¿Y cuánto tiempo de vacaciones generalmente tiene al año?
Los periodos vacacionales del calendario de la SEP, el de Año Nuevo, Semana Santa y julio.
¿Y considera que los mexicanos trabajan mucho?
Es que se desperdicia mucho el tiempo que estamos en el trabajo. Creo que hay personas que vienen, no sé, 8 horas, pero realmente de trabajo efectivo hacen 2. Entonces, y habemos otras, por el cargo que tengo, termino haciendo más horas de lo habitual, pero creo que no optimizamos tanto el tiempo de trabajo, se desperdicia mucho.
Y última pregunta, ¿cuánto tiempo hace de su domicilio aquí a su trabajo?
40 minutos.
Ok, muchas gracias. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo se llama?
Argelia Rivera Vargas.
¿Y en qué trabaja?
Bueno, yo tengo 2 empleos. Uno es que soy profesora aquí en el Instituto Politécnico Nacional y el otro es que soy especialista en análisis de riesgo y soy gerente de riesgo en una empresa.
Ah, perfecto. ¿Y cómo es que lleva estos 2 trabajos?
Pues corriendo, realmente corriendo, ajá.
¿Cuánto tiempo trabaja aquí como profesora?
Bueno, aquí tengo muy poquitas horas, son 15 horas de base, entonces me permite realizar otras actividades y no son como que todo un día completo, no. Entonces eso me ayuda a que pueda hacer otras actividades.
Y como analista de riesgo, ¿cuántas horas trabaja a la semana?
Bueno, pues es por proyecto. Un proyecto puede ser de 1 mes, de 3 meses, dependiendo del sistema que estemos operando. Es análisis de riesgo para el sector de hidrocarburos. Entonces puede haber proyectos que duren 6 meses y pues yo ahí ya distribuyo mis horarios para poder cumplir aquí y poder terminar allá. Obviamente la mayor parte pues es en la parte de riesgo, en el otro trabajo.
¿Y cuáles son los días donde descansa?
Descanso. Yo creo que yo no descanso porque aparte soy mamá, entonces sábado y domingo es completamente hacer mis actividades de casa, incluso entre semana. Entonces yo creo que no tengo día de descanso.
¿Y vacaciones?
Pues a veces, yo creo que una vez al año Con mis hijos, pero realmente no hay una fecha que te diga, porque hay proyectos que regularmente, por ejemplo, ahorita hay un proyecto que inició y literal todo diciembre tenemos que trabajarlo porque se tiene que entregar en enero.
Ok. Y una pregunta, ¿considera que los mexicanos trabajan mucho?
Sí, yo considero que los mexicanos trabajamos mucho y yo creo que aunque suene completamente de género, creo que las mujeres mexicanas trabajamos de mucho porque aparte de trabajar en nuestro rubro, en lo que nos especializamos, tenemos que trabajar en casa, ¿no? O sea, el ser mamá, el atender a tus hijos, esa parte.
¿Cuánto tiempo se hace de su trabajo a su casa o bueno, de su casa a su trabajo?
Bueno, mira, ahorita, por ejemplo, de aquí de Politécnico me llevo a hacer 2 horas y media, a veces hasta 3 horas, dependiendo del tráfico. Porque yo vivo...
¿Ida y vuelta?
Ida y vuelta, sí, serían como 6 horas o 4 horas, dependiendo del tráfico y de las horas en las que me toque. Si tocan horas pico, igual. Ahorita del otro trabajo, ahorita, por ejemplo, vengo de Polanco y hicimos 1 hora y media por el tráfico. Realmente es muy pesado moverse en la Ciudad de México.
Ok, muchísimas gracias.
No, ¿de qué? Hasta luego.
Okay, guys, so yes, in fact, we discovered that Mexicans do work a lot, and some of them even work for more than 8 hours straight in a day. Some of them don't even have a rest day. And also, well, something that was astonishing to me was the fact that some of them take at least 1 to 2 hours for commuting, and that's only one way. So
Only one way.
Yeah, if you sum up like the round trip, that your commute, your full commute, it takes 4 hours. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed by that. So please, guys, share it with us if something impressed you.
Write your comments down there if there is something that
you might want to ask or to add. Please let us know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you want any other interview or you want to suggest another topic, please leave it down here. And of course, see you in our next video, guys.
Hasta luego.
Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Hello there, my friends from SpanishPod101.com. My name is Diego.
And I'm Efrain.
And in today's video, we're going to cover some verbs that can be used, apart from start, with the gerund. Specifically, we're going to talk about the perífrasis verbales.
Wow.
So, enjoy this video. Woo!
So the verbs in Spanish have 3 common endings. The first one is AR, such as cantar, to sing, or amar, to love. Okay, the next ending is ER, such as comer, to eat. Another one, correr, to run. Okay, the next one is IR. For example, vivir, to live, salir, to go out.
Very good, nice. Now, the gerund, how is it formed? In order to form the gerund, we need to drop the endings and add something at the end. Therefore, for the verbs that ends in AR, such as the verb hablar or cantar, we just need to drop the AR and then instead adding ando. Therefore, the verb converts to hablando or cantando.
Yeah.
That's for the verbs that ends in AR. For the verbs that ends in ER, such as the verb correr or comer, you need to drop the ER and then add yendo. Therefore, the verb would be comiendo or corriendo. Finally, we have the verbs that ends in IR. Now, for these verbs, you need to do the same. You need to drop the IR and then just adding yendo. So in the case of vivir, it will be viviendo.
Cool.
Or even salir, it will be saliendo. It is important to remember that the gerund could be either regular or irregular. In this video, we're just going to focus on the regular ones because the irregular ones and how to use properly the gerund is topic for another video.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we will just focus in present progressive in this video too. Okay, for this, you will have to use the auxiliary verb estar. For example, yo estoy hablando. Tú estás cantando. Ellos están comiendo.
Very good.
So in Mexico, you can use this synonym, estar and andar, okay? You can use either of them interchangeably. And okay, for example, Diego está comiendo. You can change the verb estar to andar. Diego anda comiendo. And it doesn't change the meaning.
Exactly. So once again, the auxiliary verb could be either estar or andar. Very good. Now we have another subset of verbs that can be used with the gerund, and we call this a periphrasis verbal. And a periphrasis verbal basically is when you link together two verbs, but the meaning of the first verb changes completely. We have another type of periphrasis verbal where when the first verb is actually changed because of the gerund. Therefore, the course of the action of the first verb is changed. So the gerund works kind of as an adverb. We will give you some examples of these to clarify. Let's start with a periphrasis verbal where the verb changes its meaning. So one of these is the verb seguir, which originally means to follow. Once again, the verb seguir. The verb seguir could be followed by a gerund. And when this happens, when you link together the verb seguir plus a gerund, the meaning now will be to keep doing something for a certain time. So, for example, Efraín, ¿tú sigues estudiando?
Sí, sigo estudiando.
So here you see, I'm not saying, hey, Efraín, do you follow to study? No, but rather, sigues estudiando means, do you keep studying? Very good. Now, we have another verb, and this verb is?
Llevar. Okay, llevar. You can use this verb, and its meaning is to bring or
to take.
Depending on the context. Okay, but when you use it before a gerund, the meaning changes, because in this case it means that you have been doing something in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, Diego, ¿cuánto tiempo llevas practicando box?
Ok, yo llevo practicando box 5 años.
Wow.
I've been doing some boxing for 5 years. Very good. Okay, very good, guys. Now we're going to show you another list of verbs, and in this case these are verbs that are changed due to the gerund. Therefore, this gerund works as a kind of an adverb. So it replies to how the action is being done or performed. So there's another type of verbs that can be used with the gerund, and now this type of verbs are modified because of this gerund. So they are modified in the course of the action. Okay, they don't change the meaning itself, but they change the how they are being done. Okay, the course of the action. So for example, one of these verbs is continuar. Okay, to continue. For example, Efraín, ¿continúas viendo la telenovela Rubí?
Sí, claro. Ya voy en el capítulo 235.
What? It's a very long telenovela.
It's fun.
Okay.
Okay, the next one. Empezar. Let's go to an example. Diego, ¿recuerdas cuando en esa fiesta de Ricardo empecé pidiéndole unos tragos a la chava?
Sí, fue una pésima estrategia esa.
No soy muy bueno en eso. Tal vez algún día mejore.
Pésima estrategia. Okay, guys, so the next one is acabar, which originally means to finish or to end up. So, for example, Efraín, ¿recuerdas cuando fuimos al karaoke y terminamos cantando todas las canciones de Luis Miguel?
Claro, fue muy divertido.
Súper divertido.
The next one is venir. For example, Diego, el otro día fui con Hugo hacia la escuela y en todo el camino venía repitiendo sus líneas para la exposición.
A veces Hugo puede ser muy fastidioso.
Lo es.
Okay. The last verb here is ir. And once again, ir, which means to go, could be mixed with a gerund. Let's see an example. Efraín, tengo mucha hambre. ¿Por qué no vamos corriendo a la tienda y compramos algo para comer?
Vamos.
Yeah, why not?
That's it for today, my friends of SpanishPod101.com. And please, let us know if you like this video. Write your comments down below. And give us your thumbs up, of course. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it yet. And see you in our next video. Hasta luego.
See you guys. Hello there, my friends from SpanishPod101.com. As you might know, my name is Raúl.
And I'm Ricardo.
Okay, no, of course we're kidding. My name is Diego.
And I'm Efraín.
And in today's video, we're going to learn how to roll your R's.
Ferrocarril.
Perro.
Rumba.
Enjoy the video.
Woo! So when you ask a Spanish learner what are the most common complications when learning this language, they would say that those are the verb tenses, subjunctive tense, and the verb to be in its two forms, ser and estar. But they have this trouble in common, rolling the R.
Yeah, rolling your R's. It is important to remember that rolling the R's is considered a trill. This is not necessarily a trick, but rather a skill. And yes, this skill you can develop it. Okay, you can do it.
Yeah.
There's just a genetic condition that enables you to do it, but it is
not common at all.
It is not that common at all. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to teach you how to do it with very simple steps that will take you no more than 2 weeks with daily practice.
Yeah.
But tell me, why is it important to learn how to roll your R's?
Well, it's because some words, when you don't roll your R, they have different meanings.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so for example, pero, which means but, pero.
But it also has perro, dog.
Yeah, very good. Or for example, we have para, which means for.
Or parra, which is grapevine.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Or for example, we have caro, expensive. Once again, caro.
And you have car.
Yeah, very good. Finally, we have, for example, moro, which is moor.
Or morro, which is Mexican Spanish, means guy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it is important to know how to roll your R's.
Yeah.
First step, you need to be conscious about how your mouth and your tongue work. For that, we will do a very quick exercise. And the exercise is the following. Imagine that you have some butter or marmalade stuck in your palate. The palate obviously is the upper part of your mouth, inside your mouth, here. Imagine that you have some marmalade or butter stuck there. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to scrape it with your tongue, okay? By moving back and forth. This is important so you can get to know that your palate has two parts. A soft part in the back of your mouth, inside, and a rock part in the front. The rock part is what we call the alveolar ring, and this part is important for rolling your R's basically we can say that the alveolar ring is just behind your front teeth. So your front teeth, the alveolar ring is right here. It's a rock part.
Yeah. So the second exercise is knowing that you can do a lip trill, okay? And you can achieve this sound through repeating or imitating the sound of an engine, like, or even when you are cold. Okay.
Yeah, this is important so you can visualize how the trill works. And the same movement that your lips make is by blowing out, but keeping a very small gap in your lips.
Yep.
This is what will make this sound. So you're blowing, but if you close your lips, little by little, eventually this trill will be so
will come out. Yeah.
Will come out. Very good. So this is the same movement that your tongue will make inside your mouth, as long as it is in the alveolar ring, and this is the basis of rolling your R's. Very good. Now that you have mastered the lip trill, we can proceed to the next step. So this step is, believe it or not, just making the sound shh. Oh yes. Shh. Like when you are in a cinema, or in a library and someone is talking, what do? Shh. So obviously you know how to make this sound, but the importance is not just to make this sound, but rather to try to stop this sound with your tongue. That is putting your tongue in behind your front teeth in the alveolar ring and try to stop it. Eventually, and with practice, your tongue will start to vibrate. So let's try it. So you see, he has mastered that sound. Very good. So this is the second step. This is important because this will make you aware that your tongue needs to be relaxed. Maybe my tongue is not being that relaxed because I'm talking too much, but your tongue needs to be relaxed so your tongue start vibrating. So once again, very good, guys. So now that you have mastered this, we can proceed to the following step. And what's the following step?
You didn't tell me, man.
Jimmy.
So you have to keep in mind these three things for doing this exercise. The amount of airflow, and the second one is the gap of air. This gap between the tip of your tongue and the palate. And the third one is how relaxed your tongue is, which is really important to get that vibration, okay? So, very good. Now that your tongue is already vibrating, it could sound more like a jackhammer in a construction, or a chainsaw. But you are really close now to the tongue trill, a useful tongue trill for your R's in Spanish.
Yeah, which is called the alveolar tongue trill.
Yep. Now, we have reached the point where we can get the trill that makes the rolled R's. Okay. This is a little bit different than the closed trill, which we learned before. But in this case, your mouth will be more open and the tip of your tongue must approach the roof of your mouth. It's a little bit more difficult, but here's how we can do it.
Exactly. So once again, the tip of your tongue must touch the alveolar ring. Once again, that is right behind your teeth. And your tongue needs to have like a new shape, okay? A new shape where the tip touches slightly just your alveolar ring. Now your mouth in this case should be slightly open. That is like this. If you don't know where to place your tongue, it's the same as when you say the English word T. Once again, so in this case, what we're going to do is the same what you did with the sh sound. So the first thing is that you need to blow out some air, not too much, not too little, but enough to vibrate your tongue once again. However, this might not be easy at first. Why? Because you need to have the U shape. You need to have your tongue relaxed. Okay? So I will try to do it. So please look very closely. T. Eventually, if you practice enough, you will find how to relax your tongue, and after some time you will develop finally your roll R. There you have it. Once again, the sh sound or the closed trill, the alveolar sound, very good. Nice. And now you need to practice this. Remember something very important here, guys. When you learn how to whistle, normally you don't learn any 2 or 3 days, but rather it takes you slightly more, and you need constant practice to master how to whistle. It's the same practice that you need to roll your R's. Finally, and this is like a final note, where you will use this alveolar sound, this alveolar trill. Okay guys, now it is important to know where to use this alveolar trill. And you can use it in 3 occasions. First of all, when the words start with an R or end with an R. Okay? So let's start with some words that starts with an R. For example, rojo, Roma, Raúl, Ricardo. Or there are also some words that end with an R. For example, color, sabor. Very good. Or even correr. Correr. Now, obviously here, I'm kind of exaggerating this sound, but even if I do it in a normal pace, you will see how I need to roll my R's. Roma, Ricardo, rojo, sabor, color.
Very good.
Correr.
Okay, so the alveolar trill is also very useful when you see a double R. He used this example, correr, correr, which also has a double R. But we also have this word, ferrocarril. Can you pronounce it? Ferrocarril. Or the single word, carril. Carril. Or the word correr conjugated in first person, corro. Corro.
Very good.
That's it for today, my friends of SpanishPod101.com. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Give us your thumbs up. Share this video with other learners that want to pronounce the R. Okay? And click on the notifications. Subscribe to this channel. See you
in our next video.
Hasta luego.
Mijo, no hagas esos ruidos, no estés sorbiendo tu agua. A ver, saluda.
Hola.
Diles quién eres.
Hola, me llamo Diego.
Y yo soy Efraín.
Hello, my beautiful friends from SpanishBall101.com.
Once again, as you might know, my name is Diego.
And I'm Efrain.
And in today's video, we're going to check some useful phrases for parents to talk to your kids. So, hopefully, guys, you will enjoy this video. Woo! Okay, guys, so we know that there are so many parents who are interested in knowing how to speak to their children in Spanish. What better way to start just familiarizing your children with this beautiful language than to using some useful phrases for them. So we're going to divide this video in 4 categories. The first one is en la casa, in the house.
Yeah.
So the first one
is ¿qué te dejaron de tarea? ¿Qué te dejaron de tarea? What do you have for homework?
Very good.
Next one.
The next one. ¿Te acabaste tu lunch? Once again. ¿Te acabaste tu lunch? Did you finish your lunch?
Okay, now, this one. No brinques en el sofá. No brinques en el sofá. Don't jump on the couch.
Very good. The next one. Bájate de la silla. Bájate de la silla. Get down from the chair.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. Fíjate dónde caminas. Fíjate dónde caminas. Look where you are walking. The next one is when you are on the table and your kids are misbehaving.
Well, not necessarily misbehaving, but when you're just in the table eating with your children.
Well, yeah, that's something like. So you say these phrases when you are eating with your children on the table. Yeah. The first phrase is.
The first one is no hables con la boca llena.
Claro.
No hables con la boca llena. Don't talk with your mouth full.
Okay, la siguiente. No te levantas hasta que termines tu comida. No te levantas hasta que termines tu comida. You don't get up until you finish your meal.
My mom used to tell me that every time. Okay, the next one. Come con la boca cerrada. Come con la boca cerrada. Eat with your mouth closed.
Okay. Quita tus codos de la mesa. Quita tus codos de la mesa. Get off your elbows from the table. Yeah, my mom used to say that a lot of times too.
The next one. No sorbas la sopa. No sorbas la sopa.
Yeah.
Do not sip your soup.
No eructes en la mesa. No eructes en la mesa. Don't burp on the table.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Ahora te daremos unas frases para decirle a tu hijo o hija durante la mañana o antes de ir a la escuela.
Very good. So the first one is buenos días, hora de despertar. Buenos días, hora de despertar. Good morning, time to wake up.
Levántate. Levántate. Get up.
The next one. Se va a hacer tarde. Se va a hacer tarde. It's going to be late.
Vístete. Vístete. Put on your clothes.
Very good. The next one. ¿Qué quieres de desayunar? ¿Qué quieres de desayunar? What do you want for breakfast? The next one. Átate las agujetas. Átate las agujetas. Tie your laces.
Ok, una muy importante. Lávate los dientes. Lávate los dientes. Brush your teeth.
Very good. The next one. Peínate. Once again. Peínate. Comb your hair.
Ok. Arregla tu mochila. Arregla tu mochila. Prepare your backpack.
Another one could be
Abróchate el cinturón. Once again, abróchate el cinturón.
Yeah.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Ahora te daremos frases para decirles a tus hijos todos los días, pero también para expresarles tu amor y darles ánimo.
Very good. So these phrases are very important for the self-esteem of your children. And what better way than to use them in Spanish?
Yeah.
The first one is te amo or te quiero. Once again, te amo or te quiero, which has a slight difference. Actually, it's about intensity. Te amo is more intense. Te quiero is like, but both mean I love you.
Okay. The next one. Me haces muy feliz. Me haces muy feliz. You make me very happy.
Very nice. The next one. Ser tu papá o mamá es lo mejor que me ha pasado en la vida. Ser tu papá o mamá es lo mejor que me ha pasado en la vida. Being your dad or mom is the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Yeah. The next one. Confío en ti. Confío en ti. I trust you.
The next one. Tú puedes hacerlo. Tú puedes hacerlo. You can do it.
The next one. Hiciste un gran trabajo. Hiciste un gran trabajo. You made a great job.
Very good. The next one. Me haces sentir orgulloso. Me haces sentir orgulloso. You make me proud.
Great. Next one. Te felicito. Te felicito. I congratulate you. That's it for today, my friends of SpanishPod101.com. Please give us your thumbs up, share this video with other learners, and see you in our next video. Click on the bell down there.
Yeah, to activate the channel notifications.
Yeah,
Stay
subscribe.
tuned for our newest videos and see you soon, guys.
Hasta luego.
Go.
Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. So we are happy to be here with you with another topic. And today's topic is how to call your boyfriend or your girlfriend in Spanish. So, well, I used to call her Corazón.
That's a nice one. And I
Yeah.
used to call her Amor. So, but in this video, you're going to learn more ways to call your boyfriend or girlfriend. So, enjoy this video. Woo! Okay, guys, so if you want to learn more variety on how to call your girlfriend or your boyfriend, so this is the video that you should watch. As we have said at the beginning, the two most common ones in Spanish are, on the one hand, Amor, and on the other hand, Corazón. These are the two most common that you can listen to, at least here in Mexico. But what other ways do you know for calling your girlfriend or even your boyfriend? So we will divide this lesson in two parts. The first one, the standard nicknames, and apart from the standard nicknames, we have another part that is the cheesy nicknames. If you want to be slightly more cheesy, yeah, we have some vocabulary for that.
We have these ones.
Let's start with the standard. So the first one is Amor, okay, which is love, only love. We have said that at the beginning. We also have Corazón, and Corazón means heart. Heart. What other do we have, Efrain?
So in the standard vocabulary, we have this word, querido or querida, which is dear, okay?
Yeah, very good.
Mi querida, ¿nos podemos ir ya?
Oh, you're so romantic, man.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
very good. Okay, the next one is preciosa, or in its masculine form, precioso, and that's gorgeous, gorgeous. Preciosa o precioso, like, preciosa, ¿nos vamos al cine?
Sí. The next one, cariño, which is darling. Cariño, ¿Cómo estás hoy? ¿Cómo te fue? O cariño, ¿vas a venir hoy? ¿Vas a venir a mi fiesta?
No. But by the way, cariño, you cannot use it in masculine or feminine. We can say that this is neuter. Okay, so it's cariño for your girlfriend or cariño for your boyfriend. This is very important to notice.
I forgot to say that.
No, but it's okay. It's okay. So let's see another word that it's very common, at least in Mexico, and that's bebé. And even you can include bebé with a nice adjective, like for example, bebé linda, bebé preciosa, for example. But if not, you can only say bebé. And bebé is baby. Once again, this is also neuter. It's not masculine or feminine. It's bebé for girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah. So the next one is princesa. And this is for girlfriend. And if you have a boyfriend, you can use príncipe. You don't say princeso. Príncipe.
Princeso, yeah. Well, actually, we do have princesa, but that's for another lesson.
Yeah,
so, príncipe is for your boyfriend, or princesa for your girlfriend, okay? Like, hey, ¿cómo estás, princesa?
Why are you telling? Why are you asking me?
Okay, so another one is cielo, and I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Cielo in English is sky, and once again, this is neuter, so it is for your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So, like, cielo, sky, remember. Now, what these three words have in common, cielo, and also princesa, and also bebé, is like you can make them in diminutive. And with diminutive, you need to add ito or ita. Exactly. So, for example, and this is when you want to turn the word slightly more cheesy, okay? So instead of saying, for example, cielo, I can say cielito.
Cielito.
Yeah. Or for bebé.
Bebé.
Some people say bebito, but the right way to say it is bebecito.
Or bebecita.
Bebecito or bebecita in the
like
case of feminine.
Like that song. Bebecita.
I haven't heard that.
Come on,
no,
song.
Like seriously. Okay, or even for example, you can say princesa. Obviously, in this case, is princesita, right? Because it's for feminine. Princesita. So if you want to turn these words slightly more cheesy, yes, of course you can say this. And these are also very common, friend. I hear all the time in the public transportation when someone is calling to her girlfriend, hola princesita, ¿cómo va tu día? Or hey, cielito. Or, yeah,
even cielito has a song.
Cielito lindo.
Ese lunar que tiene cielito lindo.
Very good.
Very good. So now we are going to give you the cheesy words. And these are, remember that you have to use them with diminutive.
Yeah.
Okay?
Remember, diminutive is ito or ita.
So the first one is cosita. Like little thing.
Little thing, hey.
Ay, cosita, te ves hermosa. Yeah.
Very good. So
then
cosita.
You kiss your girlfriend.
Or your boyfriend.
Or your boyfriend.
Yeah,
Cosita.
Cosita. Oh, by the way, yeah. Cosita could work for both, actually, cosita. Another one could be pedacito de cielo. And I like this a lot. It sounds very cheesy, like, but also romantic. I don't know, like pedacito de cielo, which is like part of sky.
Little part of
Little
sky.
part of sky. Like,
I don't really use it in public, you know?
No, I use it more like, you can use it, of course, in text. No, not in public. That sounds like extremely cheesy.
Yeah.
But in text is good. Like, hey, ¿cómo estás, pedacito de cielo? ¿Cómo amaneciste?
Well, yeah. It's when you are really into someone.
Exactly. When you are really into someone and you love her or you love him so much, you can write this, of course.
Yep. The next one is terroncito de azúcar. Little sugar cube.
Yeah, okay.
Terroncito de azúcar. Mi terroncito de azúcar. Ven aquí, te voy a abrazar.
Very good. So, terroncito de azúcar. This is a nice word, actually. I like to use it, but once again, not in public. Not in public. Just maybe in text, and that's it.
Yeah.
We have another, and this is the last one that we have. And the last one is panquecito or panquecita. Panquecito or panquecita. So, and you use this normally when your boyfriend or your girlfriend is slightly round, slightly fat, just slightly. So you can use panquecito or panquecita, which is little cupcake.
Okay, you can use panquecito for both. I mean, for your girlfriend and your boyfriend. You don't necessarily need to add the A at the end, panquecita. No, you can tell her, mi panquecito.
Yeah, but you can also say panquecita, right? Like,
well, yeah.
You can use both. But for masculine, it is always panquecito.
Well,
I wouldn't call you, ¿Cómo estás,
no.
panquecita? Like, I will never, no. I wouldn't even say that to you, man. So, no.
I don't want you to tell me like that. Okay.
Very good. And now the last word that we want to tell you is not really how to call your girlfriend, but how do you say cheesy, because we have used this word a lot during this video. So what is the way in Spanish to say cheesy? The word is cursi. So, una vez más, estas 4 palabras, cosita, pedacito de cielo, terroncito de azúcar y también panquecito, son palabras cursis, muy cursis. That's it for today, my beautiful friends from SpanishPod101.com. If you like this video, please give it your thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video with other learners. And also, if you have any comment or opinion or even feedback, please let us know in the comment section down below, because we do read them and reply to them. And of course, don't forget also to subscribe to this beautiful channel and stay tuned for our upcoming videos, guys.
Hasta luego. Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. My name is Efrain.
And I'm Diego.
And today we're going to give you 10 expressions that Mexicans use every day.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty nice. So,
enjoy this video.
Woo!
So, whereas in Mexico, you might want to blend right in the culture, and for that purpose, in this video, we will show you some expressions that we as Mexicans use basically every day. It wouldn't be strange to hear this in the streets, or if you speak to a Mexican guy. So, let's start with the first one.
Okay, the first one is Apoco. Apoco. Really? Apoco, really? Okay, so if you translate this directly, it could mean a little. But its meaning is really or don't you say. For example, Diego, ya tengo trabajo.
¿A poco?
Sí.
Felicidades.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, so the next one is chido or padre, which is in this case the same word. And you can combine these words with the verb estar, like está chido or está padre. So, chido or padre means cool. Okay, so está chido, like it's cool, está padre, it's cool. Or for example, Efraín es chido, he's cool, or obviously Diego es chido. Like, Diego is cool, okay? Very good. So, chido or padre, which means cool. For example, Efraín, ¿viste la última película de Batman?
No.
No, está bien chida.
¿En serio?
Or, está bien padre. Sí, vamos a verla, es muy buena.
Vamos a verla. The next one is a huevo. Okay, and this expression has nothing to do with eggs.
No.
But it means hell yeah. Okay, well, it's, the closest translation is hell yeah.
Yeah, okay.
A huevo. For example, la otra vez les gané a todos en el concurso de comer más hamburguesas. ¡A huevo!
Okay, well, okay, a huevo. Sí, a huevo.
Bueno, eran hamburguesas de...
chiquitas,
sí,
mini hamburguesas.
A huevo.
Okay, guys, so the next word, or the next expression actually, is que pedo or que onda. If you translate this literally, you can translate it as what fart or what wave, but of course it doesn't make any sense in English. So what we try to convey with this expression is just saying, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah, exactly. What's up? You say ¿Qué pedo? Or ¿qué onda? It means what's up. Be careful because this is informal. Try to stick with ¿qué onda?, which is more informal for maybe an acquaintance, not really for a close friend. If you have a close friend, yes, you can start by saying ¿qué pedo? Like for example, with Efrain, I will normally say ¿qué pedo? But from time to time, I use ¿qué onda?, which are the two most common greetings in Mexico. And also, you can describe someone by saying that he is buen pedo or that he is buena onda, which is mean that he's nice, he's good. For example, hey, ¿qué onda, Efraín? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, todo bien.
Oye, ¿tú conoces a Teo?
Ah, Teo, es muy buen pedo.
Sí, me lo encontré hace rato y estuvimos hablando, súper buena onda.
Qué bien. ¿Lo invitas a la fiesta?
Por supuesto.
Okay, the next expression is qué hueva. What a bummer, what a drag. I don't feel like it. Qué hueva. And it doesn't have anything to do with a female egg.
No, it doesn't. No.
Like hueva or huevo.
Like that egg or what a egg.
Yeah,
no.
Okay, so, for example, no manches, tengo mucho trabajo. Qué hueva.
Sí, qué hueva. Pero estás trabajando ahora.
¡Qué hueva!
¡Qué hueva!
Por dos.
Okay, so the next one is sale y vale, or even we can use va que va. And these two expressions, sale y vale and va que va, means yeah, sure, okay, or even let's go. For example, Efraín, tengo ganas de tomar un tequila. ¿Por qué no vamos a la cantina cuando terminemos este video?
Va que va.
Sale y vale.
Bien. Okay, the next one is neta or neta. And neta could be translated as the truth. But if it is used as a question, it could be translated as really. Neta. Neta. For example, Diego, la neta me gusta Valeria. Valerie.
Te gusta mucho, se nota. Okay.
You have to say neta. Okay, once again. Diego, la neta me gusta mucho Valerie.
¿Neta?
Neta.
Okay, the next one is Orale. You might be familiar with this word because we actually made a video, so if you haven't watched that, please go and watch it because we give a full explanation on many ways to use this simple expression, orale. But in a nutshell, it is for conveying approval or enthusiasm or even amazement. Okay, so for example, like, órale, Efraín, me enteré que tienes un nuevo trabajo, felicidades.
Muchas gracias. The next one is no hay bronca. Okay, let's focus first on bronca. Bronca is commonly used to refer to a problem or to a discomfort. Okay, so no hay bronca, as you can imagine, means there is no problem. Everything's fine. Okay, no hay bronca.
Exactly, like for example, Efraín, anoche me besé a tu novia Karina.
No hay bronca, amigo.
Well, that's good to know.
No hay bronca, ¿verdad?
Okay, so the last one is one that is very handy, and that's algo así como. Algo así como is very similar to kind of in English. So you might use this one to clarify or to explain something. For example,
Diego, ¿qué significa no manches?
No manches es algo así como decir en inglés, are you kidding?
No manches, ¿te besaste a Karina?
No, es broma. No, dijiste que no hay bronca. That's it for today, my beautiful friends from SpanishPod101.com. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give us your thumbs up and share with other learners who also want to know some expressions that we Mexicans use every day. And also, don't forget to comment or give us your opinion in the comment section down below, because we will be reading them and replying to them, of course. Stay tuned for our upcoming video here at the SpanishPod101.com, and see you soon, guys.
Hasta luego.
Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Diego, das pena ajena.
¿Por qué?
Estás leyendo el libro al revés.
Ah, no. Lo que pasa es que antier tomé un curso sobre leer al revés y aprendí que es más benéfico para tu inteligencia.
Wow. Muy atinado tu comentario.
Hello, my beautiful friends from SpanishPod101.com. As you might know, my name is Diego.
And I'm Efraín.
And in today's video, we're going to learn some words that exist in Spanish and you wish exist in English, such as the ones that we use in this very brief conversation. So, enjoy this video.
Woo!
Okay, guys, so we know that every language has its uniqueness. And talking about Spanish, it has some words that are not easily translatable into English. They may be in another language, but in English it is very difficult. So you might find a close meaning, but it doesn't really convey what we are really trying to say. Because Spanish words have a nuance that make it different. So let's see one of these words. One of these words is pena ajena, a word that we used before.
Claro.
And pena ajena could be translated as the shame felt for actions done by someone else. That's pena ajena. So it's very large in English, right?
Oh, okay.
But that's pena ajena. So you have this in German, and that's Fremdscham. But in English, it's like that, like shame felt for actions done by someone else. Like what I did, I was reading backwards, and my friend was like, hey, well, eso da pena ajena. I feel shame because of that.
O imagínate que se me cayeran los pantalones enfrente de todo el salón.
Eso a mí me daría mucha pena ajena. Mucha.
So the next word is antier, and it means and it means the day before yesterday, right? So, for example, antier tuve un sueño grandioso. Soñé que podía volar. Y ayer solo soñé que me tropezaba.
Okay, that's weird. So imagine to say that in English, like the day before yesterday I had a great dream.
Yeah.
It sounds very long, right? Like, it's...
Antier.
It's just better, just antier. Antier. Very good. Okay, guys, so another word that we use is atinar. And I like this word a lot because atinar is to get it right, to guess right, or even in the example that we use, it's like, hey, tu comentario es muy atinado. It means like the comment hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Which means like it is correct. It is like, you hit the point, you hit it. So that's basically atinar, when you guess something right. Like, for example, Efraín adivina. ¿Cuántos años tengo?
26.
Le atinaste. You got it right. So obviously you know, man. But that's just a silly example.
Le atiné. So the next one is enchilad. And enchilad has many meanings. The first of them is to spice food up with chili. Okay? For example, in Mexico, we like to spice food up with chili. En México nos gusta enchilar la comida.
Sí, claro.
So another one is the action that the food makes your mouth burn or sting.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah? So for example, este dulce me enchila. Of course, if you are not used to chili.
Yeah, that happens.
Yep.
That happens.
So the next one is an adjective. Yo estoy enchilado.
Enchilado. So you can use that adjective, enchilado. What does that mean?
So it is when you already ate the food and your mouth burns or stings.
So when I eat this, I can say estoy enchilado.
Estoy enchilado.
Ah, nice. Very good. Nice. Okay, guys. So the next one is a set of words. It's not only one, but it's a set of words, and that's manco, tuerto, and cojo.
Yeah.
I don't know why in Spanish we have like these words, but they refer to a person who's missing a part of his body.
Yep.
So in the case of manco, is a person who's missing an arm, so that's a manco. Then we have also tuerto, which is a person who's missing one eye, un tuerto, like a parrot. So it's like a parrot is basically un tuerto. And also we have cojo. And cojo is a person who's missing a leg. So I don't know why we have this word, but it's, once again, we have manco, tuerto, and cojo.
Cool. So the next word is tocayo. And tocayo is someone that has the same name as you, okay? And as far as we know, there is a word in English that is namesake. But in the States, at least, you can only use this word to refer to someone that you were intentionally named after.
Okay.
Okay, so in United Kingdom it might be different, but let's use this word in some context so you can know the meaning. For example, I found Diego in a party. Hey, ¿cómo te llamas?
Yo soy Diego.
¡Somos tocayos!
Sí, ¿tú también eres Diego?
Sí.
¡Oh, tocayo!
¡Tocayo! ¡Él es mi tocayo!
Hey, todo el mundo. Okay, guys, so the next word is empalagar. And empalagar is a very strange word because it means when you are getting sick because of the sweet. When you are eating, for example, too many candies, we can say that los dulces empalagan. So they make you feel sick because they are very sweet. So that's the meaning that everyone or many viewers might know. However, there is also another meaning of empalagar, and that applies to people in general. Because, for example, if someone is besides you all the time, like he or she is with you all the time, it's like, hey, me estás empalagando. It's like, come on, give me some space.
Yeah.
So that means like you are filling me up, basically. Okay, so you're kind of disturbing me because of your constant presence. I don't know how to say that in English, but me estás empalagando. That's empalagar as well.
The next word is provecho, and it has many meanings. Take benefit of your food, take advantage of your food.
Yeah, or even profit your food.
Yeah.
Or even enjoy your meal.
Enjoy your meal. But we have also, French has its equivalent.
Yeah, the equivalent in French is bon appétit.
Now that you have these meanings, now you have to learn how to use this word. So when you get into a restaurant, you can say everyone provecho. Yep. Or when you have your neighbor on the next table, well, not your neighbor, the person on the next table, you can say provecho.
That's
or
right.
When you are about to eat, you can say, hey, provecho.
So you say provecho basically every time someone is eating, then you are close to him or her?
Yeah, but
it's when you wish the other to enjoy his meal,
yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's provecho. Well,
even you can substitute the goodbye and in a restaurant, and you can take everything and say, hey, provecho, everyone.
Okay. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a very nice one. Okay, very good. So let's proceed to the other one. And the other one is one word that I like a lot, and that's convivir. Why? Because convivir in English could be, the closest meaning could be coexist, but also it has another meaning, and that's to spend time with. However, I will include another synonym, which is to have fun with. Okay, so, or to enjoy the time with.
Oh, that's better.
So we have brought a huge variety of meanings of this word, and convivir synthesizes all of this only with one verb, and that's convivir. So, for example, convivir could be coexist, like en este ecosistema muchas especies animales conviven. like in this ecosystem, many species of animals coexist. So, but convivir is also when you go to a party and you say, ¿sabes qué? Mañana tengo una fiesta y van a ir muchos amigos. Vamos a convivir.
Vamos.
It's like, let's go and spend time with them. Let's have fun with them. Let's enjoy our time there. That's convivir. Very useful verb.
Okay, so the next word is apapachar. I really like this word because it means to spoil, to pamper, or to cuddle, all at the same time. Okay?
Yeah, all at the same
For
time.
example, mi mamá me apapacha cuando yo estoy enfermo.
Oh, really? She
Yeah.
does that? Like mine, for example, si yo estoy enfermo, ella hace un caldo de pollo.
And that is also apapachar.
Yeah, because that's a spoil, right? So mi madre me apapacha, it means that she comes to me and she's like, hey, come on, come on, son, everything's
Eat this soup.
Here, eat the soup. Eat it. And come. And she hugs me, she cuddles me. Like, oh yeah, okay, that's a apapachar. Or a girlfriend could also
for sure.
Right? Okay. Nice.
That's it for today, my friends of SpanishPod101.com. We are really happy that you've watched us. So this video, please share this video with other learners. Give us your thumbs up, write your comments down below, and subscribe to this beautiful channel. See you in our next video. Hasta luego. Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. So today we decided to come to my cousin's house, and she's really nice. And well, today we're going to talk about vocabulary regarding the kitchen, and well, we have this very beautiful background, so enjoy this video. Woo! Okay guys, so let's start with very basic vocabulary about dishes and silverware. The first one, let's start with dishes, and the first word that we have is vaso. Once again, vaso, glass. Number 2, we have el plato, plato, plate. Then let's proceed with silverware, and we have tenedor, the fork. We have la cuchara, spoon, and we have cuchillo, knife. So let's remember that every good meal has number 1, un vaso. Number 2, un plato. And silverware, cuchillo, cuchara, y tenedor. On the next category we have utensils for cooking, utensilios para la cocina. And the first one here is el batidor, the beater, el batidor, the beater. Se mezcla la masa para los hot cakes con el batidor. ¡Woo! Okay, the next one, el cucharón, ladle, cucharón, ladle. Yo siempre sirvo los caldos con el cucharón. The next one is espátula, spatula. Yo siempre uso la espátula en la cocina. The next one is el colador, the strainer, el colador, the strainer. Yo cuelo mis jugos con el colador. The next one, pinzas, thongs, pinzas. No es thongs, es tongs. ¿Tongs? Oh, pues las pinzas sirven para la ensalada. Okay, now let's continue with more utensils for cooking. And I want to show you first of all what we call el sartén or even la sartén. This word is double gender. And la sartén is of course a frying pan. Okay, so apart from that we have el pocillo. Once again, pocillo, which is a cooking pot. And this is rather for boiling water or even milk. So, pocillo. Apart from that, we have a pressure cooker.
And we call it olla express, or even some people call it olla a presión. So once again, olla express or olla a presión, pressure cooker. And finally, we have la cacerola, a pot.
Finally, we have additional utensils, and the first one is sacacorchos, corkscrew, sacacorchos. Lo usamos para abrir las botellas de vino. The next one is squeezer, exprimidor, squeezer, exprimidor. Lo usamos para exprimir limones. Then we have abrelatas. It's a can opener. Lo usamos para abrir las latas de atún o de vegetales. And then we have a kind of can opener with a bottle opener included. Es un destapador, bottle opener. Lo usamos para abrir las chelas o algunos refrescos.
That's it for today, my beautiful friends from SpanishPod101.com. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give us your thumbs up and share this video with other learners. And also, if you have any comment, opinion, feedback, please let us know, because we do read your comments. We love to read your comments. Leave it in the comment sections down below, and see you in our upcoming video.
Hasta luego.
Sí, bueno. ¿A quién busca? A ver, Diego, yo no le entiendo.
Sí, dígame. No, mire, lo que pasa es que se ha equivocado de número. Sí, no hay de qué. Hasta luego.
Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. Today we're going to give you phrases to sound like a native speaker on the phone.
Right, very good. So, if you're interested, guys, please stay with us and enjoy the video. Woo!
So now we're going to give you basic vocabulary around this topic. And the first one is el contestador automático. Answering machine.
Yeah, very good. The next one is dejar un mensaje. Dejar un mensaje, to leave a message.
El siguiente, descolgar el teléfono. Descolgar el teléfono. To pick up the phone.
Yeah, or the opposite. Colgar el teléfono. Colgar el teléfono means to hang up.
El siguiente, enviar un mensaje. Enviar un mensaje, to send a message.
Very good. So now in this we have two expressions that are very common. The number one is la línea está ocupada. La línea está ocupada. Or even mandar a buzón. Okay, like me manda a buzón. La línea está ocupada or me manda a buzón. That is that the line is busy.
Nice. Okay, the next one. Llamada or la llamada. The phone call.
Very good one. The next one. Una llamada por cobrar. Once again, una llamada por cobrar. Which means a collect charge call.
La siguiente. Llamada a larga distancia. Llamada a larga distancia. Long distance call.
Nice. Okay, so now when answering the phone, what should you say? Should you say just hola? Well, not actually, or rather, yes, you can say hola, but only in the case when you know the person who's calling you. Like, for example, if Efrain is calling me and I know that Efrain is calling me, I can answer hola, Efrain. Or I can say something very similar like ¿qué onda? Which is like the Mexican expression just to say hi. Or ¿qué pedo, Efrain? Which is again like hi, very informal. However, what happens when you don't know the number, as that usually happens? How can you reply to this?
Okay, you can say aló.
Okay.
Aló. You can also say diga or dígame.
Yeah, I have heard
dígame.
that. Another very common is saying bueno.
Bueno.
I would say that that's the most common way. Like
That's
bueno.
the most common.
And something interesting about this is that you can add the word sí before these very short answers. Like for example, we can say sí bueno. Or we can say sí diga. Or sí dígame. Or even sí aló. Yeah, we can just include sí before these short answers. After you have given this short answer, obviously the person is looking for something. And if he hasn't told you what he's looking for, you can ask, ¿en qué puedo ayudarle?
Yeah.
May I help you? Or how can I help you?
So the other person could reply, me comunica con, for example, Martín, me comunica con Martín, or se encuentra Martín, which can be translated as, can I speak to?
Yeah.
In this case, can I speak to Martín?
Very good, very good. So, if you don't know the other person, so if you don't know who's calling, you can ask for this information. And the way for asking for this information is just by saying, sí, ¿quién le llama? ¿Quién le llama? Or, ¿de parte de quién? ¿De parte de quién? Which is like, who's calling, please?
Okay, so now that he or she has given to you some information of him or herself, you have two options. The other person is available or the other person is unavailable.
Yeah, okay.
If the person is available, you could say, lo comunico, I'll put you through. Or you can say, un momento por favor. Un momento por favor. One moment, please.
Yeah. The second option is that the person isn't available. That she or he isn't available. So in such case, you can reply just by saying, oh, lo siento, él no está aquí, or ella no está aquí, or él or ella no se encuentra. Okay, like sorry, he's not here right now. Okay. However, you can add further information, like a further question. And this question might be, ¿le gustaría dejarle un mensaje o un recado? ¿Le gustaría dejarle un mensaje o un recado? Which is like, would you want to leave him or her a message?
Yeah.
Like, for example, sí, bueno.
Sí, bueno. Habla Efraín, buen día.
¿Qué tal? Buenos días. ¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
¿Me comunica con Martín, por favor?
Sí, claro, pero ¿quién le llama?
Su amigo Efraín, de la escuela.
Sí, desafortunadamente Martín no se encuentra. ¿Le gustaría dejarle un mensaje o un recado?
Oh, no, muchas gracias.
Va. Okay, guys, now we will show you some useful expressions for some special occasions that might arise from time to time. The number one is when someone dials a wrong number and it happens that it's your number. So you answer and then you realize that the person is looking for someone and you are not that someone. So you can say, se ha equivocado de número. Se ha equivocado de número, which is like, well, you are mistaken. Like this is not him or this is not her. Okay? Se ha equivocado de número. Now, from time to time, some companies might call you in order to offer you some credit cards or some service that you don't really want. So we will show you two expressions, that you can tell them so they can stop bothering. The number one is, lo siento, pero no me interesa. Lo siento, pero no me interesa. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. Okay? And the second one is one that I use a lot, and I actually used it like 10 minutes ago.
True story.
And that's, por ahora no tengo tiempo, llámame después. Okay? Por ahora no tengo tiempo, llámame después. Like, sorry, but I haven't got the time now, call me later.
Now we have the closings, las despedidas. And for these ones, we have these expressions. Gracias por llamar. Gracias por llamar. Thank you for calling. Or this one. Llámame más tarde. Call me later. Llámame más tarde. Or más tarde te regreso la llamada. Later I will return your call. Más tarde te regreso la llamada.
I'll call you back.
I called you. Yeah. Okay, the next one. When you have helped the other person, you can say, well, the other person has to say thank you or gracias, and you can reply, no hay de qué, you're welcome. No hay de qué, hasta pronto, you're welcome. See you soon.
Yeah, nice.
Or the last one. Volveré a llamar. Volveré a llamar. I'll call back later. Volveré a llamar más tarde.
That's it for today, my beautiful friends from SpanishPod101.com. Hopefully, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it your thumbs up and share with other learners. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and activate the channel notifications clicking on the bell. And stay tuned for our upcoming video. See you soon, guys.
Hasta luego. Diego, ¿cuál es tu canal de YouTube favorito?
Mi canal de YouTube favorito es JapanesePod101.com, en donde aparece Risa. Ella es toda una influencer.
Claro.
Me gusta mucho ese canal porque tiene algunas listas de reproducción para aprender japonés básico. Y además me encanta que hacen transmisiones en vivo. Siempre en las transmisiones en vivo yo dejo un comentario. Me encantan esos videos.
Muy bien. Pues no me preguntaste, pero yo no tengo un canal favorito. Siempre veo videos en tendencia.
Esos son buenos.
Sí, los virales y los chistosos. No sé.
Me gustan los que se hacen virales, los que son cómicos.
Ajá, claro.
Sí.
Hey there, friends of SpanishPod101.com. We're really glad to be with you again. We love you so much. Oh my god. Well, so today we have YouTube related words.
Yeah, exactly. So in this video, you're going to learn 21 words that you can use when talking about YouTube. Very useful for social media. So hopefully, guys, you will enjoy this video.
Woo!
Okay, guys, so in this video, you're going to learn some words that are related to YouTube and for social media overall. Well, the first word that we want to teach you is pulgar arriba. Thumbs up. Pulgar arriba. Thumbs up. The next one is me gusta. Like. Me gusta. Like. For example, a todos los videos de JapanesePod101.com yo les doy me gusta o les doy pulgar arriba.
Okay, the next set of words is video. Lista de reproducción. Playlist. Lista de reproducción. Cuando me siento triste, veo todos los videos de la lista de reproducción que yo hice. Cuando lloro.
Yeah, don't be sad, my friend. Okay, so the next one, the next set of words is troll. And also comentario. Comment. Algunos videos tienen comentarios de trolls que no aportan nada.
Okay, the next set of words is channel. Suscribir. Subscribe. Notification. notificación, notification. We have this example. A este canal, suscríbanse y denle click a las notificaciones.
Very good. Nice tip. The next set of words is tendencia, trend. Tendencia, trend. And also popularidad, popularity. Popularidad, popularity. And also viral, viral. Viral, viral. For example, algunos videos que hacen sobre las tendencias actuales se vuelven virales y eso al mismo tiempo les hace ganar popularidad.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the key for success.
Okay. The next set of words is colaborar, collaborate, colaborar, collaborate, favorito, favorite, favorito, favorite, and suscriptor, subscriber, suscriptor, subscriber. Okay, let's see the example. ¿Tú crees que si invito a mi youtuber favorito a colaborar en mi canal, podré generar muchos suscriptores?
Definitivamente, claro. Deberíamos de hacerlo, de hecho.
Ok. ¿Conoces a alguien?
Sí. Okay. Okay, guys. So the next set of words is they're very basic. Number one, influencer, which is the same word in English. Influencer, and also we have blog, vlog. For example, hay demasiados influencers que hacen vlogs sobre su vida diaria o sobre maquillaje, muchísimas cosas.
Oh, bien. It's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. The next set of words is transmisión en vivo, live stream. Transmisión en vivo, live stream. And edición de video. Video edition?
Video edition, yeah.
Edición de video, video edition. Wow. Yo siempre me pongo nervioso en nuestras transmisiones en vivo.
So true.
Pero la ventaja es que no requieren edición.
Pero necesitan mucha preparación.
Oh, bueno.
Rima. Okay, guys, so the last set of words is opinión, review. Opinión, review. And also tutorial, tutorial. Tutorial, tutorial. Mis dos tipos de videos favoritos son los de opiniones de libros o películas, pero también me gustan los videos de tutoriales, de do it yourself.
Bien.
That's it for today, my beautiful friends from SpanishPod101.com. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give us your pulgares arriba, ¿ok? Dejen comentarios en la parte de abajo, en la zona de comentarios.
Que le den clic en las notificaciones.
También denle clic en las notificaciones y por supuesto compartan este video con todos sus amigos, con otras personas que aprenden español. And thanks for watching us and hopefully guys we will see you in our upcoming video.
Hasta luego. Hey there, my friends of SpanishPod101.com. We are really happy to be with you once again. And today we bring you this magnificent topic, which is 7 things you mustn't do in Mexico.
Exactly. So you shouldn't do this in Mexico. So hopefully, guys, you will enjoy this video.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So in this video, we're going to check some tips on what not to do in Mexico.
Yeah.
Just avoid doing these mistakes. Okay. So let's get started.
So the first thing that you shouldn't do in Mexico. I will go for some water.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Wait for me.
Yeah, the throat. Efraín, ¿pero estás en el baño?
Sí, claro, la estoy tomando del grifo porque en Canadá y en Europa es totalmente potable el agua.
Okay. Well, guys, you definitely shouldn't do that in Mexico. When you're in Mexico, you shouldn't drink tap water. Why? Because it might give you a disease called typhoidea. So you shouldn't drink that. No, stay clear from that. Don't drink it. It's dangerous for your health because you can get typhoidea, which is a disease, and you might just have a cold and will need a rest for at least 7 days. So stay clear from tap water. You can just drink bottled water, which is actually not that expensive. You can get easily 1 liter of water for only 50 cents of dollar. So that's not expensive at all. Stay clear from tap water. Don't do it.
Not expensive at all, huh? Okay, so the second thing you shouldn't do in Mexico is drinking alcohol on the streets.
Yeah, exactly. So, speaking of alcohol, ¿sabes qué, Efraín? Esta cerveza es muy rica. Y aquí en mi casa tengo mucho frío. ¿Por qué no vamos a la calle a tomar el sol y tomamos esta cervecita?
Oh, no. Drinking alcohol is technically illegal in Mexico. So, if you get caught, you actually can get a fine.
You can get a fine,
which is actually kind of expensive.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, don't ever drink alcohol on the streets. Any kind of alcohol. Yeah, don't do it. Okay, guys, so we're going to check the next thing that you shouldn't do in Mexico.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that, Efraín?
Oh, es una salsa super deliciosa.
Okay, I think that's enough, Efraín.
A little more, yeah.
No, I think
they are tasty.
It's very spicy. Take it easy with it. Okay, well, okay. So, well, if you're in Mexico, you need to avoid reaching out for the salsa. You need to take it easy with the salsa because, in Mexican food, it is not uncommon to see spicy food because we like to spice things up. So, especially we have something in Mexico that we call the salsa. You might be familiar with it, but we have a huge variety of salsas. Some of them are spicy, some of them are even more spicy. So, once again, take it easy. You might have a stomachache if your stomach is not settled for the salsa, or you might even have diarrhea, which will definitely ruin your trip in Mexico. So, don't do it. And stop with the tap water. What are you doing?
Give me a sec.
Oh my god.
It's been already 20 minutes. Come on. Where is he?
Hey, Efraín. ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estoy? Llegaste tarde.
Solo 20 minutos.
Y vivimos en la misma casa.
Sí, lo siento, pero es que había tráfico. El conductor era muy lento, el conductor. Lo siento, esas cosas pasan.
Okay. Another thing that you shouldn't do in Mexico is be impatient. Okay? Don't take it personally if people are late for appointments.
Mm-hmm.
In Mexico, people usually are delayed around 15 minutes to 20.
Yeah.
It's pretty common. And you will hear a lot of excuses like traffic, like
weather,
the bus, I don't know. A lot of excuses. Don't be impatient. Have fun. Enjoy your time there. Because when you get to know more people, you will soon realize that it is more cultural. The lateness is kind of cultural.
Exactly. So you should also arrive slightly late for informal appointments, not formal appointments.
But not that late.
Okay, guys, so the next one is the following. Mire, Efraín, este collar es muy bonito, es hecho 100% de plata, muy caro.
Ok.
Y también tengo un nuevo celular. Ese celular lo compré ayer, es de última generación. Yo creo que en unos momentos voy a salir a la calle y a tomar algunas fotos, todo bien.
Espera un momento. México no es tan peligroso, pero creo que es mala idea estar enseñando tus objetos de valor.
Okay, guys, so when you're in Mexico, you need to avoid showing off your valuables. Maybe you have a fancy camera or the late smartphone or very fine pieces of jewelry, but don't show it off in public in Mexico. Why? Because unfortunately, sometimes you might find some robbers. And also pickpocketing is also very common in Mexico. So especially don't bring with you your passport nor visa. Just leave it in the hotel room you're staying at or the place you're staying. Yeah. So it's much better. Don't show off your valuables.
Great. Okay, another thing that you shouldn't do in Mexico is underestimate markets and street markets, because they are the cultural center by excellence. You can find clothes, you can even find jewelry, you can find handicrafts, and they are cheap, and even food, amazing food. So don't underestimate them. Even if your Spanish is good, you can bargain some products. And well, so don't miss out the markets and the street markets.
Exactly. Very good advice. That's a very good advice.
Diego, por cierto, deberíamos ir al mercado por unas enchiladas.
¿Enchiladas?
No,
enchiladas no.
Ok. Si no, vamos por unos chilaquiles. Ay, deliciosos.
That's even worse, Efrain. What are you talking about? Chilaquiles are so grassy. They are unhealthy. Overall, Mexican food is so unhealthy. It's horrible, Efrain. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Diego?
Okay, guys, so the last thing that you shouldn't do in Mexico is, of course, do not criticize by any means the Mexican food. Why? Because we Mexicans are very proud of our cultural heritage, okay, of our gastronomy. And actually, UNESCO in 2010 declared the Mexican cuisine as part of its cultural heritage. So we're very proud of it. You might not be a fan of tortillas or of grassy food or spicy food or whatever variation we have here within the country, but by any means do not criticize Mexican food. That's it for today, my beautiful friends from SpanishBall101.com. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give us your thumbs up and share it with other learners. Also, if you have any comment or opinion, maybe feedback, please do leave it in the comment sections down below, because we will be reading them and replying to them. So hopefully, guys, stay with us in our upcoming video.
Hasta luego.
Diego, tenemos que irnos ya. En este momento. ¿A dónde? A la fiesta. Esté comenzando ahora mismo. No, pero espera, ahora estamos grabando. Primero tenemos que terminar este video.
Ok.
Y además, ¿vas a ir vestido así? Es que compré estos pantalones en una tienda en internet y... ¿sabías que para ellos la talla chica es así? ¿Qué? ¿Así? Ok, no lo sabía, pero ahora lo sé. Or should I say, ya lo sé? Okay, guys, so in today's video, we're going to learn the difference between ya and ahora. So, hopefully, guys, if you're interested, please stay with us in this video and enjoy it. Woo! Okay, guys, so now in this video we're going to learn an essential difference between ya versus ahora. Sometimes these words could be seen as synonyms, and sometimes they are used in some context. So in this video, we're going to try to clarify these two concepts and very important and widely used in Spanish.
Okay, so when you want to convey the word now, it is better to use the word ahora. But when you want to convey the idea of already, it is better to use ya. Sometimes they work as synonyms. When you want to say now, when something has to be done right now.
When something has to be done right now, you can use either ya or ahora. So, for example, ay, Efraín, no sé si llamarle a Sofía o no.
¡Llámale ya! ¡Llámale ahora! Hazlo.
Tienes razón.
So at the beginning we use these two expressions, ya lo sé and ahora lo sé. So you use ya lo sé when you previously know this information, when it is obvious, or when you are pretty sure that you know that. For example, Diego, tenemos que grabar este video rápido, ya va a llover.
Sí, bueno, eso ya lo sé, Efraín. I mean, it is obviously that it's raining. Okay, so now, when there is new information, something that you didn't know, in this case, you will use ahora, okay? So, when you use ahora, you basically are saying, now I know it. So there is a change in the information, something that you didn't know, and now you do. For example,
Diego, es de muy mala suerte decirle a una chica que tiene el cabello de tu perro.
What?
No lo sabía, pero les disgusta mucho. Ahora lo sé.
So basically what he said is that he didn't know that making that action was bad. And now he knows that because of his experience. So he couldn't have used ya lo sé.
But ahora lo sé.
But ahora lo sé.
Now let's start with the negations. And here we have two expressions, ya no and ahora no. Okay, so you use ya no when you are doing an action and then you want to stop doing that.
Exactly, yeah.
So you use ya no, but keep this in mind. You have to use ya no at the beginning of the sentence. Contrary to the English, when you put any more at the end.
Exactly.
For example.
Efraín, ¿quieres un dulce?
Sí.
¿Quieres otro dulce? ¿Quieres otro dulce?
Ya no. No, ya no quiero más dulces. I don't want candies anymore.
Very good. Now we also have ahora no. And ahora no is a bit different than ya no, because ahora no is that you don't want to start doing that action. It's not something that it is an ongoing action, but rather that you don't even want to start that action. So I'm just like this, and then Efraín offers me some candies.
¿Quieres un dulce?
No, ahora no. Estoy bien, gracias. No, not now. I'm good. Thank you.
Now, in the next category, in this fight of ya versus ahora, is the sense of urgency. And so the difference here between them is slight. It's small.
Yeah, exactly. Why? Because ya and ahora could both be translated as right now. However, in Mexico, we use ya for meaning at this precise moment, whereas we use ahora for meaning in a few minutes or a bit later. So, let me give you an example. If I call Efraín because the food is ready and I want him to come, I will say, Efraín, ven, la comida ya está lista.
Ya voy.
However, that means like, yeah, I'm on my way right now. But if I say, Efraín, la comida está lista.
Ahora voy.
It means that maybe he's going to take a while in order to come for the food.
Now let's sum up this lesson. You can usually translate ya as already and now as ahora. And it is pretty similar to English. When you want to say already, you use ya. And when you want to say now, you use ahora. However, there are three main differences between them.
Exactly. So we talk about the change in between the information that you didn't know and now you know, or the information that is pretty obvious that you know or that you already knew. Okay, so number one. Number two, we also talk about the urgency between ya and ahora, the slight difference that we have in Mexico. And number three, we talk about the negations, okay, when you use ya no and when you use ahora no.
Okay. That's it for today, my beautiful family of SpanishPod101.com. Click on the notification so you can know when we just upload a new video. And subscribe to this channel, give us your thumbs up, and write your comments down below. See you in our next video. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.